I've been on mute. I've been on mute. That's a great way to start. I've been on mute, bruh. I've been on mute, bruh. I was fired. That's how you do it. You get the theme song right and you're on mute, bruh. So good. So good. I love it. Welcome to the Checkdown Season 2. Are you fired up? Are you fired up? Are you tailgating? You got your lineup submitted? You got your parlays teased? Well, here we go. 3 hours in the chair. Ain't nothing better to do. It's your boy Rick Rosen here at 10 to 1. Number one fantasy football show. I said it before, it's your favorite fantasy analyst, but the mic was hot. I bet you are, Aaron. I bet you are, Tim. Let's go. Rock full in effect. Once again, we are presented by Boom Fantasy this season. I said it, but I was on mute. There's a $1 million contest going on in the box to your left. If you see that those slides are answerable questions, you feel like you got to get it, you got to get out here, and you got to be a part of it. Boom Fantasy DFS app, legal in 39 states. How about it? We have a loaded show. Loaded show. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm just kidding. I want to talk about Thursday night. I want to talk about today's matchups. I want to talk about the best offenses I think we're going to see today. We got power rankings. Oh boy, do we got power rankings. I really like today's power rankings. We have a market report on some free agent stuff. We got free agent stuff already. Austin Carr is going to start in the slot for the Saints. You better believe we're talking about wide receivers. I can't even focus straight. We have a full schedule of We're about to watch 12 football games. We're about to watch 12 football games that count. None of this college stuff. Yesterday I had to watch Georgia Tech for 3 hours only to see them fumble the ball away. What a tilting experience that was. Sports gambling is legal, so you know this show's about to get super degenerate over the next 10 weeks. Oh man, I was nervous about it. I was nervous talking about it last year. Don't show your account. Don't show your bets. Fired off this year, Rick. Fired all off. The Gen Life. What's your 11-team parlay pick? Well, Scott, here's the thing. If I were to go 11 teams to pick a parlay, it wouldn't all be football. I would probably go 6 football, 5 baseball, because it's still baseball Sunday, and I don't want to I would try to win it. Mute. Oh, Chamuk saw the mute. Yeah, professional quality. Season 1, week 1. It's actually season 3. We're doing the show. We started in the office. We moved into the big room. We moved into heavy.com. We moved into Boom Fantasy. We got our logo on. Now we got our free t-shirt on. We got our PC on. Stream power lit. Stream power locked. Let's send the tweet out. Get some juice behind this, because I was midway through and the music started to bang. Once Chuck comes in with those heavy vocals and fast drums, I actually get nervous for the thing that when I'm doing a thing and then I hear him start to kick those last notes, the ooh, I get shook, because I know that I'm about to hit fade out. You could tell I got shook because I actually did my whole monologue with a muted mic. Fire. It was so good. If you didn't hear it, nobody did, only I did. It was so masterful. But 11-team parlay, you're looking at the Ravens, you're looking at the Saints, you're looking at the Vikings. You're looking at, I like the Titans, not necessarily projected to win, but I think they have a positive matchup. I think they can bully the Dolphins a little bit. I'm worried about the defense, but I'm worried about the defense and the new offense. We'll talk about them later. You could take that Patriots-Texans over in your parlay. You could take the Giants under, wouldn't be so bad. The Browns under wouldn't be so bad with the wind. Not because of the rain, because that doesn't correlate. The wind is the problem. I'll say that a couple of times today. You'll see the full lines at the bottom, full Vegas line scrolling at the bottom. Boom Fantasy out here, questions to the left. We got tons of shenanigans. I love it. I love it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about today's picks. I expect hella lineup picks, but we're about to get this tweet popping and send it out into the world. You know, college is crazy, the college game, because if college gambling, you have like 65 games to choose from, and you could just pick Alabama. Alabama was an easy win, but instead we're taking like Florida State and Samford. What is Florida State doing? Willie Taggart, what are you doing? I always wonder about the hire of the guy going back to his alma mater. Does that make him the best coach, or does that make him the person that wants the job the most? Because you should be paying for the person that does the best job. That should be how that works, meritocracy. Willie Taggart out there, and Chip Kelly getting blown out. Chip Kelly's a UCLA coach. Did you guys know that? Wow, college is weird. Absolutely bonkers. And I watched an absolute freak one-handed interception to end the Minnesota-Fresno State game. That was bonkers. You guys want to see something crazy? Let's show this. If you didn't see this, this is bonkers. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It will be on Twitter. I'm going to go straight to where I found it. Welcome to the first link of Checkdown season. It's super litty. Yeah, show me this. This is a standalone. This is not video. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here we go.
Holkett wants to throw.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let's just pick the score. Fresno State's driving and can go in for the winning score with 1:24 left. This is their first end goal call. Their first end goal call. The first thing they try to do. Their quarterback has led them the length of the field. There's 1:24 left. Let's see what they do. On the road, 1:24 left against a Big Ten opponent. This small school is a Big Ten opponent. Handoff.
Holkett.
It's not even necessarily read option because the quarterback isn't running a route. By the way, on the peel, he's wide open. But two things happen. One, there's no option. He's always going to throw this ball. Always. Second of all, look at how open this guy is. How do you blow this? It's a bad call, and yet it's nearly the right call. How do you blow this? Oh, because you let it hang. Because you let it hang and you gave him a shot. I'm tilted. Yeah, I had money on this game. Come on. This looks like a catch, right? I can't believe that this was an RB. This is first and goal. What are you doing? He doesn't go get the ball. He overruns his route and doesn't come back to it. And then it's a crazy play. If you can get to see this catch, blow up the catch again. We're gonna blow up the catch. I mean, the call is unbelievable. Look at this. Oh
my goodness.
One-handed, one-footed. College is bonkers. By the way, Alabama by 50. You see at the bottom. Unreal.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Minnesota
goodness.
won't have a better playoff season long.
Look at this.
Yeah, tilting. Mega tilt. Yeah, let that still frame bop. Let that still frame bop. I got nowhere to be. I got nothing to do. I gotta fire this tweet out. I'll watch that one more time while I fire this tweet off. Yeah, I'll post a link to the show under Trump's tweet and see how racist the chat gets. That's a reality that I'll embrace. That was lucrative. I hope you guys saw that. I hope I did the production right. What's going on? We can't see. Your box is blocking it. That's funny to me. Let's try to get it again. It's not
My goodness.
It's only going to be on
Minnesota.
this.
My goodness.
Tiny.
Minnesota.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Minnesota won't have a
It's so
better
funny.
playoff season
We
long.
are blocking
Look
it. That's a
at
really,
this.
you're facing the way of the put. Man, what an amazing start. What an amazing start to the show. Muted mic and then I blocked the one-handed pick. We are all pro, all century. This is why we GOAT. This is why we out here. I'm sending out the tweet and then pulling on my promo because you can't send out a hey, we're live tweet before you actually go live. This is why I need a social media guy. It's super problematic. But I think we're good now. Most important thing I send every week. Live. All right, so Rex Burkhead talk. See, the thing about Rex Burkhead talk is I was right. The funny thing about Rex Burkhead is y'all were proven wrong. Rex Burkhead is going to be the top usage rate back for the Pats today. Rex Burkhead finished as the key contributor for the Patriots last season before his knee got hurt. Sony Michel's not going to play today. James White's going to work in the slot today because they have no receivers. I just don't see how like we could be sick of the Rex Burkhead talk. Baby, we just getting started. Train just left the station. Come on, Dabao. How is the beginning of my draft? This is CJ Meds on the Boom app. Remember, guys, this is all through the Boom app. So you want to download Boom Fantasy and hop in the chat in there as well. Double chat, boy. Hang tight. Question on the app. How is the beginning of my draft? D. Johnson, Gronk, McCaffrey, Alex Collins, Allen Robinson, Dion Lewis. If it's PPR, that's nearly the nuts. If it's PPR, that's a crazy good start. Zero wide receiver is going to do you well. You need to pick up some receivers, of course. Allen Robinson, I'm not sold on. Allen Robinson blew his knee while fighting with Blake Bortles in a massive regression year and then got picked up by the Bears and has seen 15 snaps in the preseason. So you're banking on 25 2015 production, 2016 production. So this is when I say I don't trust Allen Robinson, I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not just going to be like, he was so good that one year in the Jacksonville fluke year. Like, I can't actually play that when it comes to evaluating Allen Robinson. I love the Bears offense with Matt Nagy. I want to see how they come out, especially against a decent Packers secondary. They've put a lot of money into it in draft picks. That's going to be a really interesting matchup, but it really does come down to Trubisky. PPR, it's a great lineup. I mean, David Johnson, McCaffrey, Gronk, nuts. Dion Lewis is going to PPR contribute. I'm not sure he's going to star the way he was in New England, but PPR, that's very solid. And Alex Collins is going to bell cow. That's a great pick that a lot of people slept on this year. If you think Buck Allen's a thing, you can go buck yourself. Alex Collins took over the starting job, took over the workload late last year. He wasn't on the team until week 2, so they went with the other guys because they knew the playbook. But Alex Collins knows what's good. Alex Collins very much knows what's good. He'll get you there. Oh, he'll get you there. But I love that start. I love that start. I mean, Gronk, you're going to get max Gronk for the next 4 weeks. You're going to get massive Gronk usage, and that's the way to do it. Guys, this is a fantasy football show for Boom Fantasy, but we can ask questions about absolutely any type of game you want to. This is a football show. We will talk football from here until 1 p.m. unless we don't talk football, unless we talk wrestling, unless we talk gambling, unless we talk about whether Ariana Grande is going to go to Mac Miller's funeral. I think OddsShark should start taking odds on that. I don't think it's such a lock. People say it's lockish. She did an Instagram about it for 2 days. I don't think it's so lockish, but that's the stuff that I want to get into. We're going to have a live shot from Hoboken later. We are going to do our first ever Boom remote. It's going to require me unplugging and replugging in wires. I don't want to give it away, but it should be awesome. It should be awesome. We only practiced once, but if everything goes, you know what? It's one of those, it's like putting together a DraftKings lineup with Blake Bortles in it. Hey, if everything goes right, we're cashing out, homie. It's like putting together your lineup with LaShawn McCoy in it today. Workload, touches, active, volume. That's how we play winning fantasy. That might be the lock of the day. Ravens, Bills, if you're looking for an eliminator pick, it's really hard to go against the Ravens today. Especially when you don't know what that Bills. Oh, season two is so out here. What's going on, Scott? What's going on, Tanner? What's going on, Adam? It's good to see you guys again. Billy Bob, I love you, man. Stay out. Season 2 on Boom, season 3 on Netflix. I mean, that's the plan. We got wide distribution. I'm just trying to open it up. What's up, Stevie Mac 23? I'm going to get to your questions forever. Hey, Zach. Geronimo Allison or Marshawn Lynch in the flex. That's a provocative play. Geronimo Allison is not only getting real third wide out work for the Packers, he's getting the most important thing you could do in Green Bay, and that's getting the endorsement of Aaron Rodgers as like Geronimo Allison works hard and I can trust him. Those media nuggets for a guy like Aaron Rodgers are absolutely everything. In terms of over Marshawn Lynch, PPR, maybe. I'm concerned about how they'll line up and how they'll use Allison because they should be playing. I mean, Aaron Rodgers come back from a shoulder and they got Jimmy Graham, so I wouldn't be surprised if they played a little bit more too wide with the 2 tight ends. Billy Bob, it was on a different channel last year. It was on the heavy channel. Now we're out at Boom. And that's why Super Chat's gone, because you need 1,000 subscribers. But we have a new form of Super Chat. We have a new incentivization to pay the boy, to make it pop. I want to introduce something to you. I want to know if you like it. This is called the Boom Box. Oh, God. What is this? The Boom Box. Woo! The Boom Box is a rewards program. Not even a rewards program. It's a prize. It's a raffle. It's an auction. Send me your deposit screenshot. I want to see you deposit on Boom Fantasy. I want to see you start playing the #1 DFS app on the planet. I want to see you win money. But you got to give me money to win money. Deposit to Boom Fantasy and email me the screenshot. Take a screenshot with your phone when you deposit. It's so easy. And then email it to me with your email and say, yo, what's up? I'm in the game. What are you going to do? You're going to put an emoji on the board, and you're going to instantly get to ask whatever question you want. It could be about me. It could be about tacos. It could be about the Patriots. It could be about Shawn Michaels. It could be about Busta Rhymes. It could be about Chick-fil-A. I will answer it immediately. I'll put your any emoji. I'll draw anything you want on the board. I tripled the amount of markers I got this year. Arts and crafts for days. Then you're going to go in a drawing to win the Boom Box. Here's what I'm going to put in the Boom Box, right? I'm going to put Boom Fantasy apparel, stuff you're going to wear, you're going to rep the brand. I'm going to get you Boom swag. little tchotchkes. I can't tell you what it is. Maybe it's a mug. Maybe it's a bottle opener. Maybe it's a mailbox. Maybe it's a Rolodex. Maybe it's a shoe box. Maybe it's a paper clip. It's going to be Boom Swag. It's going to have the Boom logo. Then we're going to get you something nice. I'm going to carpet bomb Pristine Auctions over the last month. They have a huge kickoff auction. There's so much stuff for cheap right now. They're offloading so much content for football season. I'm going to go make it rain with the Boom Company credit card. I got the company card and Steve can't stop me. It's going to get so lucrative. You're going to get something nice, and then I'm going to go to eBay. I'm going to Google bobblehead, and I'm going to get you the first thing I find. This is really fun. Check this out. Let's see. This was cool last night, but everything was ending soon. So let's see if this bit still works. We go to eBay. Imagine if I had a whack eBay search history and it came up, but I literally never use it. eBay, bobblehead, and we sort by ending soonest. Walking Dead set, Bob Ross, too expensive. Landon Donovan, 2002. Look at that hair. Carlos Ruiz, MLS champions. Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, San Jose Sharks. This is the kind of stuff you might find in your boombox. Something, Ichiro Rookie of the Year. That's a collector's item. This is nothing short of the greatest idea I've ever had. And if you're local, if you're within 6 hours of New York, I will deliver the boombox to you personally, and we will make content out of it because content is king. It's the boombox. It's the new promo from Boom Fantasy. It's the way that I get you to interact with me, and I reward you for being cool with me, and I love it. I think it's a great idea. If it's not a great idea, reach out to me. Let me know what's not great about it, because, you know, I'm a sucker for innovation. But that's the boombox. You see behind me, the emoji board is blank, and it says, ask about the boombox in less than legible font. I will have that remedied next week. But just so we know, we did happy hour for the 24-hour stream, which was really fun. But this is the boombox that we are going to flesh out, and we're going to do the first drawing after week 4. We're going to give away 4 boomboxes this season. So if we can hit our benchmarks, I'm gonna make it splash Mike Tomlin voice on you guys for hooking it up and loving on Boom, loving on the Checkdown. It's the boom box. That's what we're going to do this year. Let me know if you like that. That's a new thing. Jose, y'all hiring? Nah, man. I'm blessed just to have this gig. Chick-fil-A, Boston Market, or KFC from Gary. Wow, that's a chicken question. Well, here's the thing. Chicken and potatoes are head-to-head. He asked Chick-fil-A, Boston Market, or KFC if you're in the chat and you can't see it. I think KFC is pretty overrated, but I do like their fries. The problem with this conversation is that Chick-fil-A fries are superior fries. So I want to go to KFC for the fries. If you don't want to go to KFC, for the Double Down. That's the only reason I'll go to KFC, for the Double Down. You guys remember the Double Down? If you don't remember let's see if can we find the Double Down commercial? Because when the Double Down, like, this is how you know viral media has gotten so out of whack. Viral media has gotten so out of control, and we've gotten so desensitized by the things we see in the media and in politics every day. We fucking freaked out when the Double Down got announced. It was legitimate, everyday water cooler, your grandma knows about it conversation. It was so absurd. People lost their minds thinking about the Double Down.
Big bun, puny chicken. It takes 2 to
Why is
fill
the
me
voices
up.
I don't know why the voices are warped, but it is very funny.
What's up with chicken sandwiches? Big bun, puny chicken. It takes 2 to fill me up. Give me more chicken.
It takes 2 to fill me up.
Hello, chicken.
Oh, the voices are like that
Got
always.
2 of everything. 2 pieces of cheese, pieces of bacon.
And 2 pieces of chicken.
So long, bun.
Now this is a chicken sandwich.
The new KFC Double Down Chicken Sandwich. So much 100% premium chicken, we didn't have room for a bun.
We didn't have room for you can get it. I think that's the best option. You can get a grilled Double Down. Can you imagine a grilled Double Down? What would you do with that? And how do you justify a grilled Double Down? How do you rationalize that? How do you rationalize that? Ooh, kickin' chicken. Kickin' chicken. The Double Down is better than the McDLT. But so that's the only way I would see myself going to KFC. Boston Market, I would go for cream spinach. Boston Market is probably overall killing the side game. So I'll probably get my Double Down at KFC. I'll get my sides at Boston Market. And I'll get a chicken biscuit, waffle fries, and Chick-fil-A sauce at Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh. Great question, Gary. Way to kick the show off, man. Great question. Oh, the heart attack. Oh, it's more than just a heart attack. It's unhungry. What's the craziest sandwich?
So much
is this the
100%
craziest
premium
sandwich
chicken,
that's
we
ever
didn't
happened?
have room for a bun.
I think so. You gotta understand, this was in 2010. This was like, YouTube didn't exist for the Double Down. We were just dipping our toes into internet depravity, and when this came out, people lost their minds. There's no bread. Brenda, there's no bread. People lost their minds. Chicken rings were pretty crazy. Remember White Castle was like, what if chicken was a circle? I never understood that one. That's such a weird one. But I can weird shaped chicken and chicken type things. I guess that's the weirdest one. I can't think of any outright weirder fast food action. Brady or Big Ben? That's a question today for Boom Fantasy. That's a legitimate question. You can answer. You can see it on my left, or my right, your left. Is it my right? I put it there. These are the questions in $1 million contest for Boom Fantasy. You answer these questions, all right. $1 million gets in your account. It's insurance back. We won't go bankrupt. I want you to win it. I thought I was giving you part of my paycheck when I started working for Boom. It doesn't work like that. You get paid. I still get paid. It is a very, very good deal for both of us. So if you most total touchdowns, Gronk, AJ Green, Juju, T.Y. Hilton, I think that one's kind of easy. And if you really want to help, you can, in a separate window, watch our video. Me and Nick from Daily Fantasy Insider, we broke down that full slate, and we got another one coming tomorrow because there are 2 slates for Monday night. If you even check on Boom, it is absolutely lucrative. There are slates for just about every game this week. It is bonkers. So if you find an edge in a particular game, you like one particular game, you want to zone in on it and hammer it down, you by all means pull your hammer out and get hammering. Because that's how we do it. It's a really, really good game format. We can talk about Thursday night if you want. There's some good stuff that got done. I personally thought that it was a really good game. I hated seeing stuff about Thursday night snooze fest. That really infuriated me. Because, number one, good defenses are a thing in the NFL. The Falcons and Eagles have them. Number two, this is going to be a really rough first couple weeks of the season, man. First couple weeks of the season are going to be really, really rough. Especially Seattle, Denver, where the air's bad. And I think Miami's going to be rough too with the humidity. Man, people are not in shape. The Rams, the Bears, they both sat out the whole preseason, all their stars. It's dangerous. It is. I'm not saying dangerous for his injury. I'm saying dangerous because we are thinking about players a certain way, and I think they're all going to be gassed by the end of the third quarter. I think the NFL shape is really only, you have to be going 1,000% for 60 plays a game. The Ravens have packages in place for Lamar Jackson, and LaShawn McCoy is not expected to be charged barring an unforeseen discovery. Well, that's 2 different things to provide in one news update. Those things aren't related at all. Those things aren't related at all. You know, it's funny. Last year, there was a lot more retweets for my live show. And now, like, every fantasy analyst is like, I'm going live from 10 to 11:15 talking fantasy sit start, which is like, that's cool. You're totally welcome to do that. I'm going to go from 10 to 1 because I'm really that dude. I don't know if you know this, but I went for 24 hours straight last week. And I think it went really well. I only micro-napped several times. I only played 1 game Overwatch. I almost got sick from Chinese food. And, I think that was pretty lucrative, you know? You never know how it's going to go until you actually do it. And I think that that's the part of the fun of it, you know? I'm just sending out more messages, more promo. Gotta get the boys in here. Everyone's just waking up. We're not used to this. This is the week 1. It's a slow roll, my guys. I don't even have my bets put in, which is sad. I gotta get cranking on this action, especially because Yesterday was so disastrous for college football. But I am resilient, and I am here to chase, and I am here to charge back on this degenerate Sunday because it is week 1 of 16, and pacing yourself is for the week. It is preseason week 5, and that's why I think it's funny for the Bears, who played so little during the preseason. It's technically preseason week 6. Like, how many more practice games could you get, Matt Nagy? But especially with these teams with new coordinators, like in the full dress rehearsal, week 3, the Titans offense looked horrible. Mariota looked horrible. And that is really worrisome to me because I think they have I think if this matchup, Titans at Dolphins, is played in week 9, it's probably a smash. But they're learning Matt LaFleur's offense. New defensive coordinator Dean Pease is missing 2 linebackers, and it makes it a little bit more dicey than it should be. Randy Gregory suffered a relapse in August. Suffered a relapse? My guy, you smoke weed. How hard is it to relapse? Let's get the Stephen A. Smith clip. Too easy.
Say, do it again, please.
Stay off the weed. Stay off the weed.
Easy enough.
And you can't stay off the weed.
It's too easy. I could watch this all day. Randy Gregory.
Off the weed. You couldn't stay off the weed.
All these names, by the way. It's been like a different name at the bottom every time.
And they don't listen. Stupid. Sit there and stay on the weed. What's next? I don't know. Codeine, weed, alcohol.
He can't name 3 drugs.
Next? What's next?
Yo, wait. Who?
Next.
We're gonna give this look here.
What?
Carrie Champion, like, you just spit when you said weed.
Weed, alcohol. What's next?
What's next? Stay off the weed. I need a soundboard, like really bad. Duh. I just relapsed. All right, Denny, aka Mr. 30K, wants to talk Antonio Brown yards question. How many? I think with the Antonio Brown question, it's a matter of 2 things. It's actually got a lot of variables. It's got the weather variable, which I think is the most important. Not rain, wind. Not rain,
What's
wind.
next? I don't know.
Secondly,
Codeine, weed,
this
alcohol.
is still going.
What's?
Stay off the weed. Antonio Brown does 2 things. He torches against the Browns, and he always steps up when Le'Veon Bell's absent. Le'Veon Bell's missed, I believe, 13 games, and Antonio Brown is averaging 130 yards in those games. So he's a freak. He's already going off. Now it's about how much he's going off. It's going to be really hard to get this question exact because we knew Julio was going to go off on Thursday. I got this Julio post-it. I wrote this post-it on Tuesday. Julio over 87.5. Can you imagine now knowing what you know now and watching Thursday Night Football? This was the line. 87.5. Easiest cash in my life. That's how we start the season. I went 5 for 5 on Thursday, and then college was a poop fest. So you're dealing with both a high basement and a high ceiling, which is crazy because every time you're going to type in a number and it's going to look stupid, because it's a wicked high number for receiving yards. But I don't think 160 yards is so crazy. It is crazy. It's really hard to get. It's so many. And he's going to need at least 70 by half. But I don't know, man. 160, 165, 169, get nice. It's going to be really hard to get close to that. Well, Jimmy Marrow. He found us again. Jimmy's back for another season of Checkdown goodness. I love it though. Remember, if you're not watching on YouTube, you can watch in the app. 160 is sick. That's the thing. It's but if his basement, Denny, if his basement is 130, like it's really not that bad. I have 2 qualms with that. 1, wind, obviously. 2, I think the Browns are gonna hold this game. I think so. The big change with the Browns this year. The biggest change with the Browns this year is Tyrod Taylor is one of the least intercepted quarterbacks in the NFL since he's come into the league. One of the least intercepted quarterbacks in the NFL. What you will get in the Browns is less turnovers every game. You're talking about improving their turnover margin by 1 every game. They have a chance to win the turnover margin every game because now they have a great pass rush and a less interception prone quarterback. It's massive. I think you'll see a lot of Carlos Hyde. The Steelers' run defense was absolute trash once Ryan Shazier went down. Absolute garbage. They didn't exactly plug that hole. So I expect Carlos Hyde to have a really strong game. 40-mile-per-hour winds is where I have umbrage. Let's get a nice little weather report if we can. Roto me dog. Roto me dog. Still a wet and windy game in Cleveland. Teams will likely game plan more towards the run. Not the washout scenario some have been making it out to be. God, Kevin Roth, you are a god. Here we go. You guys see what I see? Wet. The field will be soggy. Light to moderate rain. Windy. Sustained winds 15 to 20 early. Solid 20 late. Gust topping 30. Definitely impact deep routes. Change the game plan more. Run short passes and punts. Okay, so we do have to adjust when it comes to Antonio Brown and his ceiling. The Browns are starting a UDFA at left tackle today, but honestly, I don't see if he won the job. Isn't that good? Like, didn't he win the job? I totally understand. But didn't he win the job? I get it. The ceiling is now 159. Correct, Denny. If I had to answer the question for Antonio Brown passing receiving yards today to win $1 million on Boom, I would probably go 124, 134. What's up, Adams? Riding the Tariq Cohen train this year. Feels like he put out a Kamara-like production if Jordan Howard wasn't there. Well, there's two things going on there. One, Tariq Cohen's the best Jewish athlete in the NFL. Don't at me. Two, Kamara's much better than Tariq Cohen. He's much more physical and much more able to work through contact. Cohen's smaller, but at the same time, he's going to work in the slot. I think that he's going to be a big asset for the Browns this year. The Bears this year. Duke Johnson's the same guy for the Browns. But I don't want to... if Jordan Howard wasn't there, Jordan Howard's an animal. Like, Jordan Howard gets no respect, especially because that Tariq Cohen week 1 game, because Tariq Cohen can break 50 yards on one run and Jordan Howard probably can't. Jordan Howard's a very good interior running back and is going to have a very good season. It's really all about how Nagy decides to use Tariq Cohen in his offense. Is he going to make sure he gets 10 touches a game? Is he going to get him outside runs? Is he going to get him in the slot? Is he going to have bubble screens worked out for him? Or is that going to go to someone like Trey Burton? Remember, the Bears are replacing their entire wide receiver core. Like, their wide receivers last year were garbage. Hot garbage. If you can, feel free to name a Bears receiver in the chat. You won't. I can maybe name 2, but remember they had Victor Cruz and they didn't even play him. They tried to get Marcus Wheaton from the Steelers. It's unbelievable. What's going on, Yaz? What's going on? They got Robinson. Yeah. Josh Gordon or Kelvin, like Cleveland is hurricaning, have to ride the pony, right? Please don't play Kelvin Benjamin. I would rather you go to free agency and grab Austin Carr right now and get sounds of CSG, baby. What's going on? Love to see you back. Love to see you back. The band's getting back together. I got Jarvis Landry playing today. Good move. Well, that's the kind of short routes that you want, but I do think that Cleveland's going to try to grind this game on the ground. Cam Meredith could have been good if he stayed healthy, but I feel you. Cam Meredith the Bears declined to keep Cam Meredith and pay him. The Saints have no problem taking injury risk, high upside players. I think that's an organizational decision now that they got Drew Brees, and they took Adrian Peterson last year. But Cam Meredith is a very high upside guy. I feel you too. It's not a knock. They turned over their whole wide receiver core. Like, it was everyone that caught a pass last year was garbage. Kevin White is incredible high upside. Like, if Kevin White does anything, imagine what a boost that would be for the Bears. But this whole time I've been trying to think of one Bears receiver that caught a pass last year. Can't do it. Can't do it. Jimmy wants to know about Lev Bell. He's got Lev Bell on the bench and Connor starting. Hold Bell for the long haul. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Bell could sign his tender today. I don't think Bell's going to like James Conner taking his carries today. I really don't think he's going to like it. That being said, we are playing fantasy football for the 16 week, for the championship, for the money. So you do not want to trade Le'Veon Bell and end up playing him in the championship. That being said, if you lose this week because you don't have Bell and you want to pop off, I'm not gonna admonish you for trading Le'Veon Bell for Leonard Fournette and a wide receiver. Like, I'm not gonna shame you if you're really that nervous. But this isn't a suspension. This isn't a legal scenario. This is a contract holdout for a contract that is on the table. They're not gonna work a new deal. David Johnson got his new deal, and it's not even close to what Bell wants. It's not like a market setter by any means. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. This guy, we had a guest. He's bailing. Beerfield Fantasy. I don't know if he's even going to do his own live show. Big yikes. Big yikes. Ooh, the heart attack sandwich. Ooh, the heart attack sandwich at Taste was that 2 eggs? Well, that's a gut buster. What needs to go on a sandwich for it to be a heart attack? Is it like extra bacon? Because you hear this name, the heart attack, but no 2 heart attacks are the same, which has multiple meanings. No 2 heart attacks are the same. Lack of context. What goes on a heart attack sandwich? I think it's copious bacon. I remember the gut buster being eggs, cheese, sausage, and I think the gut busting part was hash browns on the sandwich. Potatoes on sandwich is kind of underrated because I put chips on a deli sandwich. Potatoes on a sandwich that's a wave. But what is the ingredient that makes a gut buster a gut buster? Rocky Mountain oysters. Dude, Rocky Mountain oysters. So Bill Simmons said if the Raiders don't make the playoffs, he'll eat Rocky Mountain oysters. And someone commented like, "Oh, look at Bill Simmons getting his weird eat on. Like, if you fry those up, they're indistinguishable from pearl onions." Why don't you just eat pearl onions? Why do I have to put balls in my mouth? Because they're delicious, obviously, but you know, if they taste just like pearl onions, why do I have to upgrade to testicles? Wow, Trump's tweeting about the NFL ratings. Let's post the link to the checkdown right under the tweet and see how racist the chat gets. This is my new favorite mini game. I don't care if I get swatted anymore. I shouldn't say that. I should not say that on stream. Oh my God. I so care. I really care. And I, don't do that. But the internet's a dangerous place. So I'll put the link to my tweet so they have to do multiple clicks. Twitter's a fun place. It's a fun place. But like I said, every Johnny Checkdown is trying to do a live show this year. That's the thing, is getting live content. Your boy was so far ahead on this. As soon as Facebook did Facebook Live, your boy was out here. So I'm not really trying to hear about your live show. I'm trying to get you on my live show. I'm trying to make it pop. 10:43. Let's box this out. We always do power rankings at 11:30. Let's pull up the boombox while we box this out. I want to talk about Thursday Night Football more because there's some rankings adjustments that I think we can make. Man, did Matt Ryan look bad? But Matt Ryan didn't even look bad. The execution was so bad. It was so bad. We want to do that. I want to follow up with a market research report. I want to cover the offenses today. I don't even know if I want to go game by game because there's so much to cover and there's so much up in the air. I would rather come back like Tuesday or Wednesday, do a midweek stream about what we learned, and then get ready for Sunday. And then Sunday, evaluate every game week 2 based on preseason and what we learned week 1. Because now that, dude, everything you did in preseason on offense is against a base defense because nobody's trying to show anything. That is true. However, the other way around, I do think that if you are in your base defense and you're dominating an offense with ones in it, that does matter. But that hasn't been happening. When's Tony Baloney's? Well, the the Tony Baloney's is our live shoot from Hoboken. We have special tailgate snack from Tony Baloney's. I'm getting to the questions on Boom Fantasy. I have Raiders fan and what was that, Plodolo? I love that. I have your guys' questions queued up. I want to just cover up where we got to catch up, and then I'm going to go into the YouTube chat. Remember Dave Chappelle's take on the internet. Mark, why don't you remind me? We got a new router, baby. Jose's got a question about flex. So really, I want to box out the show, but I have 6 questions to answer. So let's plow through some fantasy questions, and let's shoot for power rankings at 11:30. Let's shoot questions now. Tony Baloney's should be 11, our live shoot, so we could check down music, BRB, queue up Tony Baloney, because I really have to unplug the webcam to get it popping. It's going to take technical maneuverability, and you couldn't even do it on a laptop. Last year, this segment would not be feasible. Technology upgrade for sure, tax write-off. We're going to get fire snacks on the remote live stream, and then we'll do power rankings at 11:30. I don't want to tell you what the power rankings are. I will tell you that on Tuesday, I said that we were doing top 5 breads. We ain't doing top 5 breads. We got a brand new top 5. We'll do top 5 breads down the line because I want to do less foods. There's food on the list, but I want to do less food rankings because it felt like it was top 5 food rankings. But we do power rankings every week. They're just not about football. And this week, it's going to be not bread. That's the tease. Let's catch up with questions in the chat. Here's how questions are going to work this year. If you're in the Boom Fantasy app, your question will get priority. But if you want your question now, if you just can't wait, super chat. Follow the instructions on the left side. Send me your Boom deposit screenshot. I will instantly fire off your question and draw you an emoji. And you get a chance to win the Boom box after week 4. Boom apparel, Boom swag, something autographed, something cheap. It's going to be beautiful. I'll deliver it to your house. Let's go with the questions. Question time. Jamal Williams or Marquise Goodwin from Raider fan 1313131313. So it's a coin flip between these San Francisco receivers because Jimmy G is accurate. Kyle Shanahan's going to put him in the right spot, but Xavier Rhodes is going to cover one of them, Goodwin or Garcon. And I think that that's problematic. Woo, we lost something. Xavier Rhodes is questionable, but I do think he'll play. It's a season opener. In terms of Goodwin, Garcon, season long, I'm a Garcon guy, but Goodwin does have value. I just like Williams without Aaron Jones. Over this 2-week stretch, I'm going to be a Jamal Williams guy for sure. And then over like weeks 3 to 5, we're going to see how that situation plays out. But I think Jamal Williams has a chance to steal that job and be potentially a league winner star back with Aaron Rodgers catching the dump offs. They're going to want to get those Bears quick linebackers spread out. The Bears have a decent defense, but you have Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to be moving the ball. So I like Jamal Williams over Marquise Goodwin against arguably the best defense in football. I understand Goodwin can get more than Williams on one play, but Jamal Williams is going to get the touches and moving forward be more productive. Let's just wait and see with that Niners offense fully healthy where the touches are with Garcon and Goodwin. Flex, Amari Cooper, Jordan Wilkins. This one's easy. I think Amari Cooper's a monster. I think they're going to feed touches his way. I think that when John Gruden says that Amari Cooper's the centerpiece of the offense, I don't think he's gassing us up. I think he's just old and doesn't know any better. I think that Amari Cooper's going to get 15. That was too much. I think Amari Cooper's going to average 10 targets a game this season, and if that's going to lock in, we can lock up Amari Cooper as a top 24 wide receiver. He'll be wide receiver 2 at the minimum. Catching up with the YouTube chat, which is kind of off kilter. I guess I can make it wider on the outside. I've been toying with the resolution. I'm looking over it on my left. That's why it looks weird. Gutbuster, nowhere big as it used to be. Sad they downsized it. Oh, what's going on, Steve? Steve, they downsized everything. But for me, I can't believe what they did with Taste. But if I was in charge of Taste, I would be doing more in more locations because their food has always been fire. They never had enough space. It's just tucked away in the middle of a town. It's no way to run a sandwich shop, but the sandwiches are always fire. Jose's got a big time question. Wilkins, Breda, Galladay, Murray. Who starts at flex? Jose, I have to know if that's PPR or not, but considering I don't. In standard, I would go Galladay because he's a big play touchdown guy going against a Jets secondary that is good but doesn't run deep. Galladay is a big play target and red zone guy. If they're not going to give it to Blunt, they're going to fade it to Galladay, and I love that. if it's PPR, I like Breda. Breda's going to try to work out of the backfield. They like him in the Tevin Coleman role. Shanahan's going to ride the hot hand. So it's going to be Breda out the back catching passes because that's not what Alfred Morris does. And if Breda catches 3-4 and breaks one, Breda's going to start getting more and more of the work. Tevin Coleman is going to outwork Devontae Freeman this season. We've seen it. And now Breda's in the Coleman role to Morris's Freeman. It's just copy-paste. Just take the Shanahan offense out west. 20 minutes out from T. Baloney's, little traffic, G-Men related traffic, of course. So that means we're 10-15 out from Tony Baloney's. So 11-15, power rankings, 11:45. It's going to be interesting. The technical difficulty, the technical element is something I'm very worried about. Dude, football's really back, by the way. Did you guys know that? Football's like insanely back. I got to log into 5 Dimes. And I got to show you guys the bet that I'm most excited about this season. Because gambling is all about edge. Gambling is all about finding where the numbers are right and making your move. Steve, why are you answering other people's questions? Braid is a good choice for PPR. Galladay, standard. Jimmy needs a defense. Jimmy subbed, by the way. Thank you for subscribing, Jimmy. Invalid ID or password. Get out of here. I need a defense. Got Broncos at home for Seattle. Drop for who? I like the Broncos. What's wrong with the Broncos today? Listen, the Seahawks have the worst offensive line in football, or at least in the NFC, because the Texans will give them a run for their money. Russell Wilson can't do everything, and they got Bradley Chubb and Von Miller. They're going to contain the outside. I have a hard time believing the Seahawks are just going to start putting up points. And it's week 1 in Denver, where Denver has a crazy home edge. Denver's like 13-2. Let me read this stat. Sorry. Are you guys ready for this? Whoa. Okay. Stop. Bring it in. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a real one. 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 Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me read this right. Since 1989, the entirety of my waking life, the Denver Broncos have gone 31-3 in weeks 1 and 2 home games. 31-3 in weeks 1 and 2 home games since 1999. That's an incredible stat. That is the type of stuff that the Checkdown typically doesn't provide. That is us stepping outside. That's us being extra for you today. If you don't hop on the Broncos today, you're stupid. I just force-fed you top quality knowledge. Your mind should be exploding. Worryometer, Matt Ryan. Oh, dude, the worryometer for Matt Ryan, Pablo Blow. Okay, so this is Joe Flacco last year. Here, 60%. When he got hit and his knee brace got all whacked, I thought he was done, man. I thought he was done, and now it's like really sketchy. His mobility's off. He's never been mobile. Now he's looking at Eli levels of sluggish. The red zone problems, though. I think the worst is that he had opportunities to score, and he just couldn't get it in. I'm looking up a tweet, sorry. Looking up a tweet that's really good and relevant because it points out that Matt Ryan had his I don't think he's trash. I really don't think he's trash. He's in an offense that is absolute fire, all right? His offense was in position to win the game, and his play calling let him down. Where is this?
Let's break down this opening drive by the Falcons.
Yeah. This is the one. Tell him, Brian Baldinger. He's using NFL Game Pass. I think we're going to use that this season. They come out,
3 tight ends, 2 backs.
Is Buffalo the worst team in the league?
Jim Schwartz answers.
Yeah, Jimmy was going to drop Broncos.
No corners.
Now Jimmy's going to start Broncos.
No wide receivers. No wide receivers, Jimmy. No corners. The Falcons get exactly what they think they want. They're going to spread the tight ends out, and both safeties, McLeod and Jenkins, goes with the tight ends.
Yep.
Matt Ryan. All right, this is what we want.
Look at this. This is collegiate play calling, by the way.
Put Devontae Freeman in the slot.
You get what you want.
Nathan Jerry.
You got what you wanted.
Covering him.
You got what you wanted.
They got what they want. Freeman against Gary. There it is.
There it is.
They got exactly what they want.
Make the throw.
No corners on the field. Leverage.
Make the throw. Make the throw. This is why I love Game Pass and why letting smart people show me about football. Because Matt Ryan has, we call it Sark. It's Sark. It's Sark. Sark in the red zone. Sark garbage. College drunk. Look at this. He called the perfect. He got exactly what he wanted through research and through the matchup. He got exactly what he wanted. And watch how bad Ryan duffs this throw.
He's got Gary beat.
By the way, both quarterbacks I thought were waiting too long on throws. Lack of trust, lack of sharpness.
Matt Ryan's got to make
late,
throw. Matt Ryan,
high, soft.
Got to make this throw.
One-handed tip by Freeman.
No corners on the field. Leverage.
Garbage.
He's got Gary beat. Matt Ryan's got to
Garbage.
make the throw.
Make this throw, man.
Matt Ryan's got to make this throw.
Ugh. He's not Beckham. It's Devontae Freeman, man.
Malcolm Jenkins.
You're gonna let Freeman take a pop from Malcolm Jenkins.
That's how they game plan it. They got it.
Terrible. Got exactly what they wanted. That's what it is, man. I'm telling you, there's multiple things going on. This is why football's so hard. This is why fantasy football's so hard, because there are so many things at play that aren't just the player on the field. If LeBron shoots a shot and it doesn't go in, it's LeBron's fault. That's it. In football, it's the lineman, it's the receiver, it's the coach, it's the corner, it's the safety, it's the defensive coordinator, it's the refs, it's the field, it's the weather. There's so many other things going on that are make things unpredictable and make things tough to figure it out. You know, that's just the way it is, man. Here we go. Matt Ryan does fail the Parcells rule. I think college dominance is one of the most important things you could do as far as barometer to be successful in the NFL. That's why I'm excited about Royce Freeman today. That's why I have trepidations over Saquon. I want you to dominate with every touch college football. Dominate. That's why I liked Corey Davis. I still think he's going to be productive. Dominate college. It doesn't matter your opponent as long as you dominate, as long as you're dominating 22-year-old athletes and ready to play against 27-year-old athletes, because that's the jump we're talking about. It's not college to the pro game is so much faster. It is. The problem is you're not fully grown playing against grown-ass men. Like, that's the biggest problem with NFL O-linemen is they're retiring earlier, and there's less 29 and 32-year-old O-linemen that can grown man strength manhandle these 24-year-old edge rushers. That's the imbalance we have in the NFL right now, and one of the reasons it's so more it's productive on the defensive end. Promotion. Boop bop boop. Provocative. CSG. Streamable quarterback this week. Mahomes, Dalton, Tyrod, Keenum on waivers. Keenum, Mahomes, I believe Andy Dalton will be the most popular stream cornerback this week. The Colts secondary is horrible. The Colts have no outright feared pass rushers. The Colts defense is they're playing the Jag defense. There is no stars to be had. Maybe Malik Hooker, but he's way back there. The Colts defense is entirely exposable. You are fearing Andy Dalton because of his name and his hair. But the fact is, Andy Dalton has 2 new linemen. He has a second-year running back who's been in the system. He's got still has a world-class receiver, and he replaced Brandon LaFell with a guy that runs a 4.2 40. So no matter what way you, and Tyler Eifert's healthy, by the way. Tyler Eifert is healthy. No matter for him. But no matter which way you cut it now. No matter which way you cut it, the Bengals offense is better. So it's not so crazy for you to think that the Bengals are going to improve and also wax the Colts in Indy, because Andrew Luck hasn't thrown deep balls all through preseason. They're going baby steps with his recovery. His left tackle's hurt and is going against Carl Lawson, up-and-coming pass rusher in this league. I believe he made the Pro Bowl last year. I am afraid for Andrew Luck today, and I'm starting him in 2 leagues because I believe, and I think that when they set him loose and when he gets comfortable, he's going to be a monster. But Andy Dalton is probably the #1 streaming option this week. He could throw 2 easy. Mahomes, it's tough to project how he's going to do. Even with Joey Bosa in a boot, it's tough to say, yeah, Mahomes is going to have a couple touchdowns, because that game is going to be very interesting, because as good as the Chargers were and the Chiefs defense was bad, the Chargers didn't score many points against the Chiefs last year, which leads me to believe that Andy Reid has that offense figured out, which is terrible. I don't want to get outsmarted by Andy Reid ever. Andy Reid should be outsmarting diner menus and little else, but he is one of the best coaching minds of our generation, and I'm sorry I paid him any disrespect in the last 15 seconds. Patrick Mahomes' upside is infinite, but it's the reverse Tyrod Taylor. You're taking a quarterback that was turnover averse, and you're putting in Patrick Mahomes, who is a huck it chuck it type guy. So on that coin, you're going to be really rough. It's going to be rough. Polo Dolo, check out 5 Dimes. Stay with me. Check out 5 Dimes. Pop us on a separate tab. Keep us open in YouTube. Boom Fantasy. Subscribe. We got content coming up there all season. I got an interview with Key and Fahey going up later in the week, breaking down quarterbacks in the league, talking worst quarterback in the league, and you're gonna have a good time if you're sticking with the Boom channel. We're gonna be streaming a lot this year. Wow, dead air. Isn't dead air great? We have a live broadcast coming up that I'm really trying to coordinate. That's what's happening. Remember, we get the boom box. If you haven't checked out the boom box, I want to fill that emoji board this season like we did last year. It would be lit. 11, 10, 11, 15 range for Tony Ballones. So we should start getting prepped. Let's do a quick market report, right? Market report. Beep boop boop beep boop boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep beep boop boop beep beep boop boop beep boop boop. Today's market report. Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi scored 2 touchdowns in the opening game of the season. Jay Ajayi was held out of the first half with a foot injury. Beep boop boop beep boop market report. And then he bounced back with a huge second half, was breaking off nice runs, but he was not involved in the passing game at all. And that's a big concern. And Jay Ajayi was a guy that I picked as a breakout candidate this year. And I still think he can be that guy. But if you see a team with a dearth of talent at running back and you want to ship Jay Ajayi, I think that this would be a great time to ship Jay Ajayi. Remember, he's got the knee on knee. He's got no cartilage in his knee. It's just these are 2 knee bones when I do this. That's so bad. And he wants to touch it 200 times. Those knees are not going to survive those 200 carries. Beep, bop, boop, boop, beep. So if we can ship him for a PPR back or a stud receiver, we want a stud at this point. We want to treat Ajayi like he was top 15 last year. That's where we'd be like, hey, this guy scored 2 touchdowns and is a factor in the best offense in football with struggling quarterback issues. They're going to have to lean on the run. They're going to have to lean on him. So if we can get good value for Jay Ajayi in the next 5 days, a really good strategy, and I'm stealing this directly from Pat Mayo because he's smarter than I am. Find someone a wide receiver this week that you like that is not valued very highly. Or is valued highly but had a down week. We want to do a reverse Ajayi with our Ajayi trade, right? So find someone that should be good and had a slow week. Maybe it's AJ Green. I like AJ Green this week, but if he doesn't score, people are going to be really down on him, right? Try to make a big swing, promote the 2 touchdowns, and get your market's worth. This has been Market Recap. Beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. We're gonna have more market recaps as the season goes, but that's the only player that I have for Market Recap. It's the only graphic I have. Wait, I have one more. Oh man, what's that Derek Carr footage doing on my TV? Okay, let's do it again. God, I can't get enough. I'm gonna miss you, Bruce. Oh, Bruce Arians not being in the league is so devastating to me. It's so devastating to me. That guy was the best, man. That was a great coach. And now we don't have him. Now we have, if you can name the Cardinals coach, get at it. Feel free to do you. I cannot. I cannot and I will not name the coach of the Cardinals. How about that? How about that? How about that? Stugatz, and he like looks at his hands. It's fire. People don't think people are texting me fantasy advice like I'm not doing a live show. This is the worst. Support me. I support you all year round. I asked for 16 Sundays. The Checkdown. Let's play that theme music. We're getting ready, baby. This is what we do every hour. We play the bangers. Play the hits, man. We're 1 hour into the 2016 season. What have we done? Nothing. Nah, we learned a fire stat about the Denver Broncos. That's where I'm putting my money. Whatever's left at 4 o'clock. Because you know I'm pissing it away on the ones. Bang on him. Bang on him. Live Tony Baloney's. Any bets on what week Sam Bradford will get injured? Stevie Mac, don't talk like that. We got the Cardinals over win total. Not only is Sam Bradford one of the most accurate quarterbacks in NFL history, he's got Josh Rosen behind him. So the Cardinals are going to be just fine if they can get their defense right. And I think they have a good pass rush and a great corner, so they should be able to get right. I'm worried about consistency. But boy, did David Johnson. Nobody looked better in the preseason than David Johnson. That thin air, no. You know, Denver, you know what I'm saying, dude? That air in Denver is going to be brutal. Brutal. The records indicate. The records show. So the Tony Baloney live shot takes a minute to set up, and we're not quite there yet. And I really like power rankings. I want to give it some room to breathe. So I will be answering questions for the next 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to go live from Tony Baloney's. I think this is going to work. And then we are going to do our power rankings, which are not bread, which is important. What else do we have? We have offense rankings, 3 best offenses I like to stack today. Hit me with your DFS questions. Hit me with all the fantasy nonsense. I'm hearing that that Austin Carr is in and a factor for the Colts today, for the Saints today, because Cam Meredith is not Hundo P. I'm pasting this link under Ian Rappaport's tweet. You know what I noticed is that a lot of these accounts, Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, they only get notifications from verified accounts, so I have no problem posting my ish underneath it because they're never going to see it. The Boom YouTube, a little bit more problematic, but overall, we Gucci. Right now I'm going through Matthew Berry's Twitter, and I'm just posting that I'm gonna answering your question live on the Checkdown. So hey, we're answering this question live. Copy paste, mofos. Control Z, Control V is the only 2 things on the keyboard at BuzzFeed. Who should I start? Cooper Kupp or John Ross? That's a good one. Need to start 2 of 3. Crowder, Powell, and Carson. You know what? Maybe don't bring these hard games up around here. Pick 3. Kenyon Drake, Diggs, Thielen, T.Y. Hilton, 14-team dynasty, played against Jay Ajayi. I always hate that one. I played against, who cares who you played? I don't know who you play. Everyone else on the other team could score 0. You can't look at what the other person did and base your decisions on that. We just got to play the game. What's up, Joey Two Tones and Tim Driscoll back in the building. Gentlemen, it is a pleasure to see you again. Welcome to Season 2, now presented by Boom Fantasy. We are very, very out here. Over on the side, these are questions featured on Boom DFS today. You can win $1 million on a $4 entry. It is super lit. And hey, if you want to deposit, if you want to help out the show, help yourself too, you got to get down with the Boom Box, baby. Put an instant question in the show, get an emoji board up behind me, get in to win the Boom Box in 4 weeks, some Boom apparel, some Boom swag, a rando bobblehead, something signed by an NFL player. It's going to be super lit. I got the Boom credit card. I will do whatever the F I want with it. Expense it, my guy. I'm super excited to see y'all back. It's going to be an absolutely lucrative season. I didn't even fire up any advertising. I'm not paying for people here. Oh, he fedoraed me, monsieur. Welcome to the show. They porked us set 11, but now it won't be done until noon. Oh, baby. Are you trying to say that something that looks like that is going to take extra time? I had no idea. I totally understand. So we're going to push back Tony Baloney's. It might be the way that we actually end the show. You never know. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff I'm reading. Unbelievable. I'm torn by here Burkhead and Jamal Williams as my flex in a PPR league. I think that's got to be Burkhead. That's got to be an easy one. Tony Baloney's delivers. No, we're going to pick it up. We ordered a Philly special, and we're going to pick that dish up. And we're going to go do a live remote. We don't do live remotes for delivery Tony Baloney's. We are pulling that ish up. We are pull up, and driving a special back to Kinnelon. I hope we have a convertible because the smell from that pie is going to drive animals bonkers. You better be speeding because you're going to get chased down the highway with that. With that being said, we're going to push that back. That's okay. I don't even want to reveal what it is because it's going to be so lucrative. I want to FaceTime and have the box reveal. That is why we're doing the content. That is why we play. That's why we play. That's why we play. But overall, there's a lot to like today. A lot to like. Especially contests at Boom, which are very winnable. Single game slates all over the place. But it really will come down to a few games that I like more than others. And that's Giants-Jags as far as intrigue. The intrigue game is Giants-Jags. The learning experience is a tie between Chiefs-Chargers and Titans-Dolphins. Because we need to learn what those teams are looking like. I'm also interested to see Vikings-Niners. I want to see Kirk Cousins in that offense. I want to see Jimmy G with a full offseason. It makes me wish McKinnon was healthy. I really didn't think about how much I wanted to see that offense with McKinnon until now it's actually week 1 and I know I have to see Matt Breida and Alfred Morris. Makes things a little bit different. Makes things a little bit tougher. A little bit. Hunter Henry or Royce? Sit. Derrick Henry, Royce Freeman, or Chris Carson. Pick one. Oh my God. That's got to be Royce Freeman or Derrick Henry. The fact that you even put Chris Carson in there against the Denver defense in a negative game script game shows your lack of understanding. Plenty of ways to get down today, guys. There are plenty of ways to get involved. I just want you to be profitable. Where are you going after? Can I get a ride back to town? Driscoll, that's not me, man. It's not me, man. I'm in Parsips. I can't give you the hookup. It's friends of friends of friends. I don't think it's going to go down like that because we got to get back by 1. 1 o'clock's coming. I'll text you. I was going to take a train to Montclair. My bro is coaching hockey. This seems easier. I don't think it seems easier at all. I think it seems wildly more complicated. Saints D, decent play this week. Oh, CSG is asking Lions D or Saints D. Definitely Saints D at home, positive matchup, highest expected point total for the offense, going to put the defense behind the ball. Lions D, good up against Darnold, so questions there, but I think Darnold's good enough to make an impact there. Wow, people are asking. Oh my God. So I asked for college picks yesterday for a service. College picks. His number 1 pick was Minnesota, Fresno State over 50. The game finished 21-14. It was a complete joke of a football game. It was never close. It was 10-0 at the half for over under 50-point game. So now I've got his picks for today. And honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. Why would I take these guys' picks today? This guy went legit 2-7, 3-8 yesterday. And now he sends me a full list of picks again today. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? Joe's got a question. Suhu says good morning. Eric Bollins has a question. Raymond's got a question. We got to back it up here. We got questions on YouTube. If you want them answered more expediently, you download the Boom app. It's free. The chat's there. The show's there. The stream's there. And then I'll instantly answer your questions. A little bit more pickup. Make sure you deposit into the boom box. Bing bang boom box. Raymond asks, Raymond, subscribe today. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Full PPR, Juju, Funchess, or Lynch? That's a tough question because Lynch is not a PPR asset, but neither really is Funchess. He's a little touchdown dependent. I wouldn't go Juju because of the rain and the wind today, although I think in the short routes he'll be a weapon going forward, but I'm going to fade that game today. So it becomes Funchess and Lynch. And Marshawn Lynch has an incredibly tough matchup against Aaron Donald this week. So I'm going to go Devin Funchess. He's got a size advantage over the Dallas corners. Carolina's line is terrible. But if they can somehow mitigate that, it's not crazy to see them as a 9-win team because they have talent on the outside. Christian McCaffrey, feed. So if I have a bad line, I'm gonna get McCaffrey in space on the flares, and then call the wheel and send him out and up. But if he may not even have time to run that wheel. But I think McCaffrey's the #1 fantasy asset for Carolina, in and out every week. It's Cam, then McCaffrey, Funchess third, Greg Olson's washed. But I would go Funchess in that group. Eric Bollins wants to know, do I sit Juju for Woods or Godwin? I would sit Juju. Woods-Godwin is a very tough choice. I like Godwin as a DFS GPP play because I think the Saints are going to dominate that game. It's going to force Fitzpatrick to chase, and we love a chasing Ryan Fitzpatrick. Mike Evans is a jump ball straight line guy. That leaves Godwin the short intermediate yak work, and Godwin's a yak guy that can break big plays. I think Godwin's a dicey, high-risk, high-reward play. I also think Bobby Woods is the best receiver on the Rams. So if I had to start one, I would go Woods, but I believe in Godwin's potential, both this year and this week. What's going on, Suhu? Tighten up, baby. Hope we have a good week. Hope we have a good season. Flex spot for Joey. Tip that fedora, baby. PPR, Hogan or Hearns? Oh, you got to go Hogan. It's a great matchup for Hogan. I understand you have Gronk, but why not stack the #1 offense in one of the highest point total expectancy games of the day? That's where we're at. I have Hogan in some stuff today. I know you have Gronk, but you got to understand, if you have Gronk and Hogan, who else is going to catch a pass for New England today? That's what you got to ask yourself. I believe James White's going to play the slot, but overall, who else is going to catch a pass for New England today? You're getting the majority of the Patriots passing offense. You're getting 70% of Tom Brady's pass attempts if you have Hogan and Gronk today. So don't really think of it as a negative, especially in a matchup in the Texans that the Patriots have shown they can exploit in the past. They've lit them up the past couple of meetings. Tanner says no to the ride. Sorry, Tim. Saints -10. What do you think of that play? Well, it's the biggest spread play on the board. It's certainly not a lock. It's a divisional game, but I don't see how the Saints don't move the ball all freaking day, honestly. I love it. I like Saints team total more probably, but I think that there's a really good way. There's a really easy route for the Saints to win that game by double digits. Saints -10. Saints are going to be the eliminator pick for everyone today. Kamara is going to be the #1 DFS play on your Millie Maker stuff by far. Kamara Breeze is popular because if the Saints score, you can bet that there's very little chance a Saints touchdown is coming from anyone other than Kamara or Breeze. It would look like a Gillisley vulture or something stupid. But if Breeze throws to Kamara, you're in the money. Other than that, you have every single Breeze touchdown for the team with the highest projected point total of the day. That's why that's a big play. Fair assessment. Oh, lots of thank yous in the chat. That's how you know your boy's doing good. James Conner, Marshawn Lynch, 1-point PPR. I like Conner today, but not by much. I'm not as big on Conner as the plug-and-play fantasy community. Honestly, no room in the car, Tim. You seem like a quality guy, though. That makes a lot of sense. It's okay, bud. That makes a lot of sense. Tim is a quality guy, and he'd provide some fair fantasy discussion in the car. Don't listen to his lineup advice. He's here to seek advice, not distribute. but he is a quality human being, and he's the kind of people we look for on a show like the Checkdown, and we look forward to his patronage all season long because we are going to be out here. Remember, fantasy football is a weekly game played over the length of a season. We have to win this week. We have to win every week, but if we don't, we come back, we learn, we get better, we make adjustments, because that's how we win in fantasy. We have to figure out in these next couple weeks, the clock is ticking. We have to figure out who's good and who's not. Last year, right? My lock of week 1 was the Rams. Not because I knew what the Rams offense was. Not at all. It was because Scott Tolzien was the starting quarterback for the Colts, right? So I lock that shit up. If I had known what the Rams would be, boy, would that have changed my fantasy season, right? If you were able to know what the Rams would be or what the Eagles would be, boy, would that change your fantasy season. We have to spend these next 4 weeks thinking about who the Rams are. Who's the team that's going to pop that nobody's thinking about? Who are the players that are going to blow that nobody's pursuing? This is, if we can get ahead of consensus, if we can get ahead of the powers that be, and really that just means ahead of your friends, because Twitter is always going to be way ahead of what the public thinks as far as fantasy projections and analysis and opinions. This is the critical time, my dudes. Corey Davis or James Conner in my flex 1-point PPR spot. I like Corey Davis, but that's me. I'm a Corey Davis guy, and I know you're a Corey Davis guy. Trump's tweeting about North Korea. NFL North Korea back-to-back. This is 2018. Dwyer's got a question. Yeah, this looks like Dwyer's team. This team looks like it was fueled by Busch Light. Jordy Nelson or Adrian Peterson in the flex for full PPR. That's a really rough one, my dude. That's who took my spot in the work league? That's a really rough question. I'm going to think about that question. I'm going to answer a question on the Boom app. I'm going to come back to you, Dwyer. How about that? Garcon Anderson. I'm guessing that's CJ Anderson. No thanks. Or Doug Baldwin for flex. Another really rough one. I'm leaning Garcon there, but I'm not so sure how to do it. You know, Doug Baldwin's going to line up with Chris Harris, the real feature man of the no-fly zone, and he doesn't move around a lot. It is Robbie Anderson. Yeah, what did I say? CJ? That is so embarrassing. I like Bobby there. I like Bobby. Monday night, Darnold. Robbie's going to be like, yo, listen, when all else fails, let me go get that. No Jermaine Curse. Anun will be there, but it'll be mostly Bobby as like an 8-9 target guy. I think that that's fine. I like Bobby there. I should keep track of these. That's what I said last season. So if it's another hour for my ears. If it's another hour for Tony Baloney, let's do power rankings at 11:30. I love that. Let's set it up in a couple minutes, and we'll go from there. Remember, I'm looking for people to deposit into their Boom account and get down with $1 million. I really think it is the easiest DFS game as far as like how to keep yourself cashing and keep winning money. I think that it's about as easy as it gets. Not easy to win the jackpot, but definitely easy to like be cashing consistently. I think that that's super fair. What up, chat? What up, gang? Amadeo, Amadeo, It's not the work league. Okay, don't let Dwyer in the work league. I get it. Robbie Anderson, dude, is a matchup against Darius Slay, but he's gonna get, like, if Josh McCown was gonna get Darnold on these passes, Darnold's more accurate, has a better arm. I feel the Niners could have been that team with McKinnon. Either way, they'd have a rough matchup this week, but for me, McKinnon was all about workload, and he couldn't even take a freaking training camp workload. Hey, Mark Spivak downloaded the Boom app. We love it. Make sure you deposit. Send me the screenshot of your deposit so I can enter you to win the Boom box. Get some Boom swag. I'm going to get an autographed... Somebody's going to get like an autographed Le'Veon Bell helmet in their Boom box. You're going to be like, I fucking did not pay enough for this thing. Like, I'm serious. I'm going to make it rain at Pristine Auctions, and I'm going to put something very nice in this boombox. Just because you don't know what it is, it could even be a box. I understand. Will Fuller officially out today versus Patriots, by the way. Yago Bago. Vikings -6, Steelers -3.5, or Ravens -7. What's the best play of the three? All are solid plays. I would go Ravens, and I would buy it down to 7 or 6.5. If you're going to parlay, don't... Oh, beautiful, Mark. Beautiful, Mark. Mark, send me a snap of that for the record. I love that so much. I will promote the shiz out of it. If you're parlaying, buy points. These half points are not worth losing a parlay over for $10 when you're winning triple digits. Do not be afraid of buying points on something like 7.5, which just feels trash. Oh, you know it's CSG. You know it's CSG. People don't know. People don't know how bad I'm going to make it rain on this boombox. You're going to get something cheap and something really nice. Worth your while. I need a boom deposit, and I'm going to put you into this entry. There's probably going to be scaling based on how much you deposit, but I love it, though. I love it, though. We'll release more details as we get more details, because it's a work in progress. But look at that. Doesn't that box look good showing up at your door with autographed merchandise in it and boom swag? Maybe this with a hood. Wow. Unbelievable. I'll take a video of the last 5 minutes of that 24-hour stream with a shirt popped in that box and be pleased. That's right. We did end the 24-hour stream with no shirt, and I'll put a signed DVD in that box for you too. And then I'll deliver the box to your door. I'll take the hinges off the door and put them in your hand, DJ Khaled style. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss out. You want to deposit in your Boom account and get this popping. It's the Checkdown. We're halfway through week 1 already. Can you actually believe it? It is stunning. It is stunning. It's almost time for power rankings. I have one more question, I think. Yeah. Robbie, Tariq, Sammy Watkins, half-point PPR flex. Sammy Watkins is on the do not start until he shows it. Disturbingly low amount of targets and snaps in the Chiefs preseason. I'm just off completely until I can figure it out. And I have no idea. The same thing with Tariq Cohen. We want it. We see it. We want it. And I think that means Bobby's your guy. I love Bobby's as the upside guy. I love Bobby as the upside guy. And out of those three, you can't tell me Bobby doesn't have the best upside. I'm here, and I'm switching. Let's go Instagram Live for a couple minutes. Because it's power rankings. You know? You know, it's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Boo-noo-noo, 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 that's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor. Even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts. So I'm looking for a purse to snatch. We're getting ready for power rankings, so that means we'll go Instagram Live. It's our favorite time of the week. Check down power rankings. We love it. We love it so much. The Rick Rosen started a live video. Get in there before it ends. It must be check down season. Who would have thunk it? Delaney or Jordan Reed? That's a good one. Delaney or Jordan Reed? Jordan Reed's super high upside for this season. A lot of value. You might not get that many looks out of Jordan Reed. Oh, we flipped it. Look at that. Now you're on my computer, Armo. What's going on, bud? You might not get many games out of Jordan Reed in season-long formats, but I think it's worth saying that Delaney Walker has a sick matchup today. We don't know what the Titans' offense is going to be, but we do know that Delaney Walker is a trusted target of Marcus Mariota and can really pick up the volume, especially with Rashard Matthews out. They're going to play tight end. They're going to keep him in. They're going to work Derrick Henry. That means keeping Walker on the field, audible out. He's trusted over the middle. The Dolphins were one of the worst teams against the tight end last season. They didn't improve that at all. What's going on, Sevi? You know we can watch on the Boom app or on YouTube, and he's instantly gone. It's interesting. So let's talk about power rankings, right? I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he said, Rick, I don't even want to watch college football. I said, I want to watch college football. He said, Rick, I don't want to watch college football. He then said, Rick, I don't want to watch any football at all. I said, why? He said, they treat the players like garbage. And we had a long conversation about player rights and player freedom and whether they're worth what they're making and whether they're on the level. The owners deceive the players. It was a provocative scenario. So today on the Checkdown, I think it'll be fun to do for you the top 5 other problematic things that I enjoy, because I enjoy football. It's probably at the top of this list, but these are other problematic things that I enjoy, because it's okay to like stuff, right? It's okay to like stuff, but I can still feel bad about it. So you're not seeing these graphics on Instagram. There's graphics on the Boom Fantasy app and on YouTube Boom Fantasy. But right now we're on Instagram Live and you're not seeing the full picture. You're just seeing me. But right now, I figure because it's Power Rankings, it's the best segment of the week, we do top 5 other problematic things I still enjoy. Number 5 is Twitter. Number 5 is Twitter. I like doing dives into alt-right Twitter. I think that that's fun. I like to check out what the dark side of the culture is checking out. I like to dive into what the trolls are saying. I like going into Trump's mentions. I don't actively participate, but just the scroll of the memes and the things people think, the brainwashing is so deep. I like to read Breitbart sometimes. I think it's fascinating that there's Breitbart Sports. I love that. That's hilarious to me. So Twitter is the number 5 problematic thing that I enjoy, and that's okay with me. I can still get down. I think it's still important to what we got. Chat disconnected. Yeah, there's Breitbart Sports. Let me make sure my cord is good. You make me very nervous with the Ethernet. The Ethernet cord makes me very nervous. Okay, that's a problematic thing that I enjoy. Let's go to number 2. Number 4. I just said 3 numbers at once. Number 4 is sports betting. So sports betting is the number 4 problematic thing that I enjoy. Here's my issue with sports betting, because it's legal. Over the next couple years, there's going to be a culture shift where sports betting is jammed down your throat. And I'm totally cool with that because I like it. The problem with sports betting, and the reason it's problematic, is because nobody wins. Nobody's a winner. There are no pro sports bettors out here flaunting their sports betting wins. There's poker players. People play poker, but you hear about their wins and not their losses. Sports betting is full degen stuff. There's sports betting kiosks everywhere in England, and there's no prolific sports betting experts because it's a losing sum game because it's impossible to predict. I like it. I enjoy it. You can't tell me it's not problematic. Bills veteran corner Vontae Davis is a healthy scratch. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. We love the Ravens. So that's the number 4 problematic thing that I enjoy. Number 5 is Twitter. Number 4 is sports betting. The number 3 problematic thing that I enjoy is WWE. And because I'm not supposed to like it. I don't think I should like it. It's not for me. I'm a coastal elite, yo. All right? WWE is for middle America. It's for the heartland. I get a kick out of it, but I have multiple problems with it. One being the way, not unlike the NFL, the athletes are treated. Dude, when's the last time Raw showed a repeat, man? WWE wrestlers never take a day off. I don't care that it's not real. They're still jumping off stuff. It's dangerous. I don't get it. Yeah, dude. How many times are The Undertaker versus Triple H going to fight, by the way? You know what I mean? Like, settle the score. The WWE, it like also has this toxic masculinity thing going. I don't like what it teaches kids. There's no moral guide in WWE. It's just kind of a bleep show. I would like to bring back the old way where there was good guys and bad guys. Now it just seems like everybody, there's no personality. There's nobody who's really like great at it right now. We're just in a bad place, but I still like it. And that's problematic. That's a number 3 problematic thing that I enjoy. Eli Manning bellows MAGA, but I love him. Drew in the chat says Eli Manning bellows MAGA, but I love him. That is so provocative. The number 2 problematic thing I still enjoy is Chris Brown. Listen, bangers are bangers at this point. I like Chris Brown. Chris Brown's done really bad stuff. Chris Brown's a scumbag as far as I'm concerned. But there are bangers. Tim doesn't like it. Listen, Kiss Kiss, banger. Wall to Wall, banger. There are just his his greatest hits is going to stack up with the greatest hits of a lot of great people. And it's problematic. I know I shouldn't like it. I don't want to like it. I don't understand how women could stand for Chris Brown. There are women that are crazy Chris Brown fans. I don't get it. Same backbeat to every song and all amazing. Yo, 100%. Sevi on Instagram says Chris Brown has the same backbeat to every song. Andrew Adams in the chat says Rihanna is still his greatest hit. I still maintain Provocative on the show is not going to get me fired. I can't. Rihanna hit him first, and that's just the way it went down. That's not something that any fact will tell you. I just think that Rihanna can press a dude's buttons enough that he'll do something he never thought possible. I lose Instagram Live. I think we're getting ready to do Tony Baloney's right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to do the number one problematic thing that I still enjoy. Hold on. What's going on, dude? Are we here?
Yo, we are out here.
Okay, 2 minutes. I got to finish power rankings.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Production on point. The number one other problematic thing that I still enjoy besides football season is Chick-fil-A. A fast food restaurant is not supposed to have values. The values is supposed to be put chicken in my cram hole. And for them to do the things they do and to donate money the way they donate is super, super controversial. But that chicken is so damn good. The workers are so nice, and I don't understand why they operate. Like, it's Sunday. I want chicken, first of all, but their breakfast is crazy. Like, it's just so mean that they could be so mean and have such a high quality product. Like, you know that Southern, like, smile, but you're still a piece of shit? Like, that's Chick-fil-A's whole ethos. Like that, oh, bless your heart. Like, God, that's their whole thing, but the chicken's just so good, and the waffle fries and Chick-fil-A sauce. Who would have thought of mixing barbecue and honey mustard? They're legends. That is the Checkdown Power Rankings for this week. We'll see you next week with another Top 5. We'll see you Instagram. Wowie. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We have to set up our interview live at Tony Baloney's. It's the most provocative thing we've ever done. As far as production is concerned, the most involved thing we've ever done. No Josh Gordon. Is that what I just saw? Josh Gordon is active. Will Fuller inactive. Josh Gordon. Ronald Jones inactive. Ronald Jones got the healthy scratch. Ronald Jones healthy scratch. Oh my God. RG3 inactive. Lamar Jackson active. Marlon Mack inactive. Devontae Parker inactive. My man that came in with the Kenny Stills take. I see you. That was about 20 minutes ago and I missed it, but it's 100% valid. DJ Valid. We the best. Okay. I am setting up video chat now. So I'm going to go away and we are going to set up Tony Baloney's. Let's go. Let's do this.
Hello?
We're working on it, guys. 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 This is production. This is what it is. This is the production. We're trying here. We gotta go here. Oh man, people are gonna start popping in and being like, "What is this?" Webcam. The webcam was off. Deactivate. Reactivate. Here it is. Bang. Okay, we're in. Sweat. I'm sweating. I'm fully sweating. Okay. We need chat on the right side. I think we did this. Are you live? We did it, dude. You're live from Tony Baloney's.
Yo, what's going on, man?
This is Tanner Armour. This is Checkdown Faithful. We're really out here. They are really live from Tony Baloney's in Hoboken. Show us, first of all, rep your set. It's raining.
This is dedication ring. Getting rained on.
Getting rained on. Your dedication is appreciated. Lift that thing. Lift that sexy thing. Oh my God. That is a taco pizza from Tony Baloney's. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's in the trunk. Look at that fucking thing. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sweating. Ooh, I'm sweating. It's worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was so worth it for the bit. What's in the tube? Is that moisturizer?
We got Dove.
I need some moisturizer looking at that pizza. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, get one more. Just do it one more time. One more time.
Hey.
Wow. What's the pink? What is that? Onions?
The secret taco sauce, I think.
I want it. I want it bad. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Go Giants. Giants are winning by 3.
Gentlemen, this was well worth it, I think.
Love you to death, Rick.
Yeah, Checkdown is out here. I'll see you guys in an hour and a half. Tony Baloney's, the pregame meal of champions. We really, really did that. That is remote production. That is the Checkdown special. This is taking chances and being aggressive in the game. That is what we do best. We have to reset our camera settings. And honestly, it was so worth it. Just schwitz just a little bit. Just a little bit of schwitz. Worth it. Wow, I hope you guys like that as much as I did. That looked amazing. That looked amazing. I think that was 5 minutes of work for 2 minutes of content. I'd do it 3 times if I could. So we did our power rankings. We did our Tony Baloney's reveal special. We are working towards our last hour of week 1 on the Checkdown. It has been a thrill, a pleasure, an honor. Serious question, Jimmy Graham. Oh, well, let's catch up with the chat, because the chat got kind of the chat got buried by the magness of the Chick-fil-A. There's a Chick-fil-A in North. There's no Chick-fil-A in North Jersey. I've been getting it in Manhattan. Kid gets paid to do this. Now he ignores where he started. Oh, Burke, Budo, I missed your question. Budo, we were doing power rankings, so everything gets kind of pushed to the wayside. I just figured out I can ban users from Boom. That's cool. We can hear them kind of, but no video yet. Halfway there, bugged for a second. Boom. Oh, C7, the app. What's going on, Sevi Bly? Remember, if you deposit, you can get entered to win the Boom box. It's going to have autographed stuff. It's going to put you on the emoji board. I'm going to make it rain at Pristine Auction. Shout out the CEO, Steve, with the company card. It's not just for meals. It's for me all's purchases. Did you guys like that? Over here on your left, my right, these are questions for today's $1 million contest at Boom Fantasy. You get all 8 of these questions in the slideshow right, you're a GD millionaire. It doesn't come out of my paycheck. It is all you, brother. Let's go back through these questions. I missed a bunch. Chick-fil-A in New Jersey. Oh, Steve moved down by Cherry Hill. That's cool, Steve. You got to come up to Manhattan and get some Chick-fil-A. Burkhead, Stills, Duke Johnson, half PPR. Pick one. Stills is a really intriguing option. I like Burkhead. No Sony Michel. Burkhead is going to be the most active Patriots running back, and you can't tell me anything else. What the F is that? Why are we doing construction work on a Sunday? Burkhead's going to be the #1 active Patriots running back, and I think that you can be safe starting him. It's not like last year where we're taking a chance on the split workload, and he's not going to get the second and third touches because LeGarrette Blount's getting the short yardage work. He was in Philly. Never mind. Gillisley. Burkhead is the guy. It's Burkhead's job to lose at this point. And that wasn't the case at this point last season. I think he's a safe start. Keep it moving. Kenny Stills, 140 targets. Jimmy, you were all about it. Jimmy, tell me if it was worth it, by the way. Anthony Costanzo not starting for the Colts. I will be shipping on the Bengals, I think. What does the chat think? Oh, he asked the chat instead of me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Nothing compared to what is coming out of my kitchen today. Scott, post the Imager link of what you're cooking today. I want to see what you're cooking. Don't just slide in my DMs. Share your gift with the world, my guy. We don't want to see Arnold just eat the pizza. Yeah, no. Thank God that thing's in the trunk, or else it never makes it back to North Jersey. Pick 2, half PPR. Kenneth Stills. I like you, Presser. I don't know who you are, but I like you. Rand, Cobb, Bob Woods. He said Kenneth, Rand, and Bob. I like Bobby Woods there. I think Bobby Woods has the highest long touchdown potential. The Raiders secondary isn't anything to write home about. Amerson's not good. LOL from Jimmy. Stills, Woods, sorry. Oh, he said pick 2. So, yeah, give me Stills and Woods. Randall Cobb, I'm just waiting on it. I'm waiting for the Packers offense, see where the distribution of touches goes with Jimmy Graham. What are they going to do with Jimmy Graham in there? Pizza was legit. Cool. So the whole segment worked. Cool. Book it. Paramus has Chick-fil-A in the mall and on Route 22. Kenilworth, not really north, but close. Rockaway has a Chick-fil-A? No way. No way, no way, no way. No way, no way, no way, no way. Chick-fil-A, New Jersey. I'll destroy the whole show to look for a Chick-fil-A in New Jersey. They're all closed today. What the hell? You shouldn't even be able to use the Chick-fil-A website on Sundays. Audubon Crossings, hard pass. Sicklerville, these people don't deserve a Chick-fil-A. Brick Township, that's actually pretty close to you, Steve. Burlington, Mount Laurel. Wait. Let's just go up to the chat. And Steve said I can't get it in Cherry Hill. Steve Mack, I don't get why there's no Chick-fil-A. I moved down by Cherry Hill. They're everywhere. He actually said that. Okay, I'm bad at reading. That's fine. Columbia, Delran, Deptford, Egghart. Oh, so they really are in South Jersey. What is that all about? Garden State Plaza. So there's one in Paramus. That's like the closest one to me, I guess. Eatontown. Oh, God. This is bad. Man, I can get points at Chick-fil-A? What am I doing? More like, what am I not doing? And that's getting points at Chick-fil-A. Good God, what a mistake I am. What a mistake I am. Rake. Open on 23 North, get the MAGA. Text from my dad the other day, we should invest in a Chick-fil-A. Dude, the MAGA crowd. First of all, there's no crowd for Chick-fil-A. It's universally loved. It's just about political opinion. It's hard to open a restaurant 6 days a week, but you got to treat your employees well. It's a tough business to run, but God darn if the chicken's not great. Derrick Henry or Jordan Howard, standard. That's a real question. I like Derrick Henry because the Dolphins have a bottom third interior defense and are not good against the run. I think it's going to be a pound at Derrick Henry game. I really like him today. I respect Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's going to have his matchups. I don't think we're there yet. Derrick Henry's going to score. Derrick Henry's got no DeMarco Murray. We're taking his early down work. Again, I don't know what the Titans offense is going to look like, but I know it's going to look like 20 Derrick Henry carries, right? I'm everywhere. IDK White says I'm gone, but Burkhead or Hyde in the flex? That's a really good question because I really like Hyde today. But I'm not going to go away with Burkhead. Baby Burkhead's my boy because I think he's the short yardage guy. And I'm honestly not so sold on the Browns going interior. I just think they're going to be able to get to the second level and break 8 yard. Their 3-yard runs are going to become 8-yard runs because of no Shazier. And the rain is going to be bad. There's going to be a lot of slipping. And the Browns are going to get out-muscled on the offensive line at least, but they are going to get decent push. I'm conflicted. Give me Burkhead. How about that? Does that work for you? Burkhead's going to catch passes too. Atlanta Falcons have Chick-fil-A in the stadium and it's still closed on Sundays. Don't I fucking know it? But everything else is $3. 0.5 PPR, basically how you feel about Hyde. I like Hyde. I don't think he's the PPR asset that you grab him for. I think that he's a very good player that's going to get a solid workload and has a good matchup. But I'm a Burkhead believer. You know that, so you're putting me in the way of my son. Get your volume up, please. In on 100 everything and you're not loud enough. Well, maybe I'm yelling. Maybe I'm away from the mic. I'll turn up desktop audio too. Make the voices go higher. Drew on our way back now. Tanner, did you ask a question? Pick one for flex. Marvin Jones, Lamar Miller, Robert Woods. I'm a Marvin Jones guy. I've been telling a lot of people to go Robert Woods here. I've been endorsing Robert Woods today in the chat. But boy, do I love me some Marvin Jones. I'm just concerned about Golladay and the touchdowns because Marvin Jones needs his touchdowns because the target catch volume goes to Tate. And if Galladay's there, his touchdown value goes down. I will tell you this. Whenever one receiver goes down in the Lions offense, the two of them are going to immediately elevate the top 25. Whenever one of those guys goes down, there's 3 very good receivers. Whenever one of them goes down, the other 2 become top 25. I'm telling you, and the Lions should be passing out the ace this season. They were so much better last year when they passed on first down. But they aren't always doing that, which is frustrating. One more hour. That's what we're tweeting out. Get your questions in. Last year when I went away, I had an away message for my away thing. I don't think I'm ever going to... After doing 24 hours straight, it is laughable that I would step away during a 3-hour show. Honestly. And the 24 hours wasn't really about 24 hours of content. Like, it's a publicity stunt for getting people in the door and saying what up and, like, getting used to, like, the season and chilling. But honestly, staying in for 3 is nothing after sitting for 24. I feel mega comfortable in this chair after we did it for the length that we did last time. Mark wants us to know that he's 14 minutes walking from his Chick-fil-A. I don't give a shit, dude. Flex on me. I'm sick of having my friends flex on me. This is fantasy season. It's about time for your boy to start doing some flexing. Okay. We just got a hinge match. Girl, what are you doing? It's 11 in the morning. Go to brunch. What are you pounding mimosas and getting on Hinge? What are you doing? We're still going to suss it out, you know, because, like, we're out here, you know? So we're going to, you know, people want to go live on stage. Yo, what we got to do? Adams, I'm big on John Ross and Michael Gallup this year, but got to start only one today. Who do you think starts off hotter? Oh, it's got to be John Ross. John Ross is a home run threat. He's new Tyreek Hill. It's a good one. Wow. Swag. All right, we're going to play the theme song. We have one more bit. We're going to go game by game. We're going to make wagers. I want to talk about my number one wager this season. There's something that I'm going to wager on. Every single week it's applicable this season, and it has nothing to do with weather. It has nothing to do with West Coast teams going east or vice versa. It is strictly about coaching decisions and team philosophy, and I am in love with the data, and I'm going to be betting it and tracking it every week this season, and that's coming up immediately after the theme song in the last hour. That's a tease in the radio world. Let them know, because it's week 1 and we have 15 more weeks of this. I'm your Sherpa up Fantasy Football Mountain. I want all your questions, sit starts. Nobody has come at me with a Millie Maker lineup today. That's crazy. I know this is Boom DFS. We're live on the Boom app, but $1 million are available in lots of different formats, and I want to help you win that. I will take 0%. I just want you to say, I'm $1 million winner, and I spent my morning watching at the Rick Rosen on the Checkdown. What a get that would be. Wow. What a coup. What's up, Tav Bade? That's a new name. What's going on, dude? Thanks for hanging. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hop onto the app. I closed the app on my phone. I might be missing some questions in there. It was dicey. We have one question from Mark, and I'll get to it in a second. But I gotta keep all this. Got multiple screen action. You know what I mean? So, bang bang. The question is Tyler Eifert or Safarian Jenkins for week 1. So ASJ is entirely touchdown dependent. They are going against the Giants, who were absolute bottom in terms of covering the tight end last season. We were actively streaming tight ends against the Giants last year. It's a new scheme, so I'm hesitant to just take that points allowed per game and to just pull it right over to this season, and especially when ASJ is as red zone dependent as he's supposed to be. Oh, what's going on? I got questions in the Boom app. So I'm going to finish this one up and then head to the Boom app. So Farron Jenkins touchdown dependent. Tyler Eifert is also somewhat touchdown dependent, but he's less healthy. We haven't really seen Tyler Eifert in a couple years. I do think that the Bengals offense is in a much better spot than the Jaguars passing offense, but they could have a sneaky better game. I think personally, individually, Eifert's in a better spot than Safarian Jenkins, but ASJ will tilt score because I said that. He'll tilt score. But personally, I can't get past Safarian Jenkins blowing 2 touchdowns for the Jets last year because that destroyed one of my millies. We were so on track to win a life-changing amount of money, and Safarian Jenkins boofed 2 touchdowns. No thanks. Thank you for the new subscriber, Evanson. We really appreciate it. Hang tight with us all season. We will not let you down. We'll be going live every single Sunday, multiple times per week. I am so out here. I am in this chair to help you win that title, son. It is on. Let's get some questions. I'm going to do... So, Matt and Suhu, I want to answer your questions, but I got to give priority to the users that are watching in the Boom Fantasy app because that's who brings us the show. We have a question from Mark. Alex Collins, Rex Burkhead, or Crow. It's not going to be Crow. Alex Collins is in a great spot this week to be the Ravens' bell cow in a positive game script where the defense takes over and he touches the ball 20-plus times. I love Alex Collins this week. Regardless of PPR, it's just a good RB2 spot. We got to keep moving. Marty wants to know how Blake Bortles is this year. First of all, what's going on, Marty? Really appreciate it. Hey, if you checked out Boom Fantasy, if you deposit, send me a screenshot of the deposit. I'll enter you to win the Boom Box. We'll put an emoji on the board, and I'll send you a package with some swag, some Boom swag, something nice from Pristine Auctions, and something less nice from eBay. I'm just going to make it rain cool stuff on you, and then I'm going to deliver it to your door, and that's for being a supporter of me and a supporter of Boom Fantasy, the #1 DFS option. Blake Bortles this year, soft. Today is a sneaky good matchup because if the Giants want to bottle up and stop Fournette, if I'm any defensive coordinator, why wouldn't I just make Blake Bortles beat me? That's the strategy. I think that has been employed because Leonard Fournette faced more 8-man fronts than by far any other running back last year. So people are trying, Jennifer. I'm trying. But it isn't necessarily working. And Blake Bortles has to be able to prove consistently that he can beat teams with his arm. He is down his #1 first down weapon in Marquise Lee, and I think that's going to be a problem. I like his starting receivers in Moncrief, Keelan Cole, and Dede Westbrook, but they lack the size. How many AB yards you on? About to submit this $4 milli. So much value. I said earlier in the show, AB averages 130 yards without Le'Veon Bell, but strong winds are going to shorten the passes. So I had 129, I think, or 128, just below that 130 average, but still definitely going to pop off. Blake Bortles, strong sleeper play this year, week to week is going to have some interesting options, I think, for us. Ooh, we can all play Sports HQ if we want. Lauren Gambino, former Bahama Breeze bartender in Wayne, New Jersey. Lauren Gambino, now hosting HQ Sports, recognized New Jersey talent. Let's go catch up with the YouTube chat. What's up? Evan Ingram or Jordan Reed, 1 point PPR. I like Jordan Reed there, but it's dicey either way. 2 tough matchups. Jordan Reed may not last the game because we know it's Jordan Reed. Pick 2, Brandon Cooks, Demaryius Thomas, or Juju. I like Demaryius Thomas, and I'm actually going to say Brandon Cooks. I'm just not trusting the wind there. I think that the number of targets between Brandon Cooks and Juju could be similar, and in that, if I get clean weather, clean pockets, less wind, less pass rushers from the Raiders onto the Rams, I think Brandon Cooks has a chance. Yo, I watched the clip of Sean McVay freaking out over Brandon Cooks' speed. You can't tell me he's not going to dial up just one play for him, and that could be enough to hit value. Good morning, Kyle. Kyle made it in for the last hour of the show. Let's get a nice stretch. Let's stretch us out. Let's fire up the theme song. John Gambino's sister. Maybe. She's local. Maybe. Thanks, Marty. I don't think she went to Willie P, but Bahama Breeze by Willowbrook. That's the one she was a bartender at. Shout out to Bobby Dubs. Let's bang this theme song. Let's sip some water. Let's chug water for this last hour. Fight the hiccups. I'm going to open up 5 dimes, show you my absolute best bets for the season and for today. And then we'll do one more bit, and then we'll close out with questions. And then oh my God, football's about to really start. Like, for real, for real. Football is about to start. I am freaking shook. Shooka. Like an Israeli skillet breakfast. I am shooka. We love it. Odell Beckham yards is a harder question than Antonio Brown receiving yards. That's something that I have no idea today. I'm fascinated. Which rook comes out of nowhere this year and pops off? Probably Royce Freeman. There was a time when I was like slow jam singing during the 24-hour stream. It was like legit 5:30 a.m. and I was like Josh Gordon to play roughly 20 snaps. So if he's in your lineup, take him out. 20 snaps is not enough. There was a time I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn. We did number one rook. Oh, the Beckham. Oh man, we got crushed by reality. That's the first slip of the season. Congratulations, gang. We did it. I think it could be Cortland Sutton in the same offense. I agree. I just think that he's the hard third option, and I'm not going to take any hard third option to be to come out of nowhere and pop off. I do think that if it was a receiver, a rookie receiver to come in and pop off, I like Pettis in San Fran. They need a third option. Sorry. Oh, if I want a rookie out of nowhere to pop off, Antonio Callaway, I think is a freak. He's a freak. DJ Moore is another guy, and Christian Kirk. Cortland Sutton is good. I get it. I think he could be the fourth most productive rookie receiver. Fair. 2000s, we love it. Whoa. We're talking Overwatch? Whoa. Clapping top of my hand vigorously. Placement matches. Who said placement matches? What first halves we love? You got to get that Poland Spring to sponsor that water jug. I mean, Jennifer, I'm trying. DJ Moore does get my vote. I think if Cam gets time, DJ Moore could be a really big guy. But Christian Kirk's interesting. Nick Dias from the Lamb Show came on during the 24-hour stream and said that throughout Elite 11 and young quarterback camps, Josh Rosen and Christian Kirk were coordinating to make sure they always ended up on the same squad. Josh Rosen and Christian Kirk have rapport since they were in high school, and now they are teammates. And that, to me, that to me is phenomenal. If I could combine two players into one, which two players and why? Wow, Marty with a haymaker question in the last hour. I want everyone to come up with their answer to this. I want everyone to think of their answer for this. This is really good. If you could combine two players into one, which two players and why? Well, if it was a receiver, I think it would be Julio and Odell Beckham. Because Julio is such a physical freak. We saw him lay that stiff arm out. Yeah, current players. So if I'm going to combine two players, I probably need them to be a quarterback, right? Because I need them to be the best, right? I need to have them be the same. I need to have the most impact on a game is what I was essentially saying. I need the biggest impact. So if I'm going to combine if I'm going to use my combining machine, Danny Woodhead and Fournette, that's a really good one, Driscoll. I have Fournette in my mind. I had that in my mind. But right now, so if I want a quarterback, the names that I'm thinking about are like Drew Brees and Vic, because you want one person that does something great but has an obvious shortcoming. Like if Drew Brees were taller, he'd be a GOAT. If Michael Vick were more durable, had more accuracy, he'd be a GOAT. What if you had Colin Kaepernick and Tom Brady? Just think about that. Think about the societal ramifications of a Colin Kaepernick, Tom Brady. Did I not go the way you wanted it to go, Marty? Did I get too crazy? Oh, sorry, current players, so we can't use Cap. Provocative, steaming on them. So if I had to, the first thing that came into my head was Gronk and Le'Veon Bell. Someone that runs with the patience and acceleration of Le'Veon Bell, but is actually Rob Gronkowski. Holy Jesus Christ. I'm all about that life. That sounds phenomenal. Myles Garrett's body with Larry Fitzgerald's hands touching butt. When you originally asked the question, I was like, well, I got to put Larry Fitzgerald's butt on someone. That's where my mind went. Jimmy G's eyes and Larry Fitzgerald's butt. Is that how I answer the question? Did I get it right? We're in the last hour of our first week. If you like this, you subscribe to this, and you come back every single Sunday because I'm here to Sherpa you up Fantasy Mountain, baby. The knowledge is just getting cracking. You know what we learned today? Denver Broncos 31-2 in their home games, weeks 1 and 2 since 1989. If you're not laying on the Broncos today, you suck at sports gambling, and I'll never talk to you again. I tried to put free money in your hand, and look what you did. Look what you did. Let's log into 5 Dimes and get degenerate on it. Oh, I remember what I was saying, and I totally lost track of time. During the 24-hour stream, there was a moment when I was legit, like, acapella slow jamming Too Close by Next. I was like, no, we dancing real close, plus real slow. You're making it hard for me. And I just look and see the views go from 6 to 5. It's just like 4 in the morning. I was like, what did I do? Why do I do the things that I do? But I thought it sounded pretty good. I was having a great time. Okay, so I got a little balance, and I'm here in the NFL list. Oh, man. Colts left tackle is out. Colts starting right tackle Jamarcus Webb was out of football last year. The Bengals are getting creamed. Passing cups in my mouth is salivating for the pizza. What does that even mean? Okay, so I need to go... Yeah, this is what I need. The third quarter is not something we think about when we think about the NFL. We think about our first half bets, our money line bets, our spread bets. But this is something that I've been tinkering with the past few seasons, and I'm ready to share it with the world, and I want to pound it every week this year. The third quarter is really important to the best coaches in the league, right? They know 2 things. One, you have a chance to erase all momentum from the first half and do things completely different. The second is it gives the best coaches, the smartest coaches, a chance to take advantage of things they worked on in the half and to display their adjustments for the first time and force the other team to play catch up to the adjustments of the game plan. I think it's so important. For the past couple years, I've been taking the Patriots in the third quarter because the Patriots always defer the kickoff if they win, so they're always getting the ball in the second half. And Belichick is the master of adjustments, and he personally values the third quarter as winning time, as the time when you take control of the game and wrest it from your opponents. That's what we do in the third quarter. And it shows. The Patriots have outscored opponents by an average of 2.5 points in the third quarter over the last few seasons. And we've been using that to bank on our bets. On not every betting site, but on some betting sites, you can bet individual quarters. Here's New England Patriots third quarter. It's always a half point. If you go on DraftKings at halftime, you can probably bet a third quarter. It'll probably be like 3 points. It'll be something different based on how the kickoff went. But this cannot be influenced by anything. The only thing is 3 points is Saints -3 because they're a freaking 10-point favorite for the game. So everything else that has a realistic spread has a half-point difference in the third quarter. So I've been pounding the Patriots for the past couple seasons. But something I learned over the offseason, Mike Zimmer's teams place a high priority on the third quarter. That's pretty big. Mike Zimmer's teams have actually outscored the Patriots. It's 2.6 to 2.5 under Mike Zimmer's time as Vikings head coach. So I will be taking the Vikings in the third quarter every week this season. Every week. I'm putting money on the Vikings. I'm putting money on the Patriots in the third quarter every week this season. And I will be documenting that for you, and hopefully I'll be game-changing the industry, the gambling industry as a whole, because it's fun. I like doing that. I like making changes. But yeah, those are two bets I really like this week. What else can we take? I mean, most of this is parlay stuff. I like the Vikings in a parlay. Oh, let's take the Bengals at a pick'em. Bengals +3 -150. That's pretty tasty too. Let's just take them at a pick'em. Ravens -380. That's crazy, but I can get it down to 6. Can I get it down to 6? Just 6.5. I'll take 6.5. Giants Jaguars, not touching it. Saints Bucks. That's the biggest one of the day. I will tease, but I will not take straight. Too many points, double digits, divisional game. First week of the season, we don't know what we're doing. This feels like a good over. Houston, New England. But again, first week of the season, I have no idea what's going on. Marty wants to know in the chat. Marty says, who's more likable, Chris Collinsworth or Joe Collinsworth? Chris Collinsworth. Now, here's a guy that has no idea what an RPO is. Chris Collinsworth is really infuriating to me in Thursday night game. Here's my biggest problem. I like Joe Buck. I've always liked Joe Buck. I think Joe Buck is great. When Joe Buck was calling the Falcons-Patriots Super Bowl and the first play of the game, he just goes, here we go. I got chills because he's just so frank sometimes. He's so like, listen, we're watching this together. Like, this is history. We're experiencing it at the same time, and I'm just here to get you through it. I don't know. It's something about his poise plus his relatability. Like, someone that polished is not supposed to be someone who I want to have a beer with. Chris Collinsworth, I definitely don't want to have a beer with. But it's a different thing. Tanner, I'm telling you, hit free agency, man. Kelvin Benjamin, do what you want, man. Do what you want. It's tough sledding either way. I like the Titans, but they make me nervous going on the road. What else do we like? Oh, these are 4 o'clock games, but Denver for sure. All right, so these are all in. Lock them up. Lock her up. I don't know who to snag. It's not my league, Tanner. You have to tell me what free agents are available. Do you think male cheerleaders are hot? Of course I do. What are you talking about? They're peak athletes. Why wouldn't I? What kind of question is that? I'm glad you're having fun. But of course I think male cheerleaders are good looking. Come on, man. They're peak athletes. It's 2018, Marty. We're thinking everybody. We're just good. This is good looking people out here. It's not men and women. It's just good looking people. All right, guys. Bills Ravens is the best game of the day. But we got a lot of other games to cover. Let's zoom this out. It's too much. Can you see still? 2, 1 in. Snag who? Who's there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, post the top 5 free agents, take a screenshot, put it to Imager and show us. But, you know, I can't just say go get a guy. I don't know who's available. Bruce Ellington for the Texans is going to be a third option. James White's probably on free agency. I don't know. If you just start rattling off guys, if you want to call me, start rattling off guys, I will give you phone advice, but there's only so much I could do. I say, those guys are no. Pick someone up. It gets tough after that. I'm answering questions on the internet. I'm trying to get more Twitter traffic here. 14-team league. Ronald Jones is a healthy scratch. I love it. I love it, man. I couldn't love it more. Ronald Jones healthy scratch after everything we've been through. I want to hug myself. I want to tell all my writer friends right now. Guys, after everything, Ronald Jones healthy scratch. I'm crying. I would love to see the FF. I want the FF counselor live on my show to talk about how Ronald Jones is trash after he touted him for fucking 5 months as an RB3. I swear. I swear. I swear. Cole Beasley, not available. Albert Wilson, Quincy Enunwa, Philip Dorsett, Ted Ginn, Ryan Grant, Bruce Ellington. Okay, so, you know, I would take all those guys except for Ryan Grant and Ted Ginn. Albert Wilson's fine. We don't know what he's going to be, but he's fine. Quincy Enunwa, low-end punt. Philip Dorsett could catch one ball and hit value. Bruce Ellington. I told you Bruce Ellington's going to be the number 2 because Will Fuller's inactive. I don't like Cole Beasley, but Enunwa's not the worst. Don't listen to Tim. He's a Homer Jets fan, but he's right. Don't listen to him. He's got a decent point. Marty is getting so crazy in the chat. How many more years do you think Jerry Jones has? Jerry Jones is fueled by oil. There's no stopping Jerry Jones. What do you want me to say? Jerry Jones is going to go as long as Jerry wants to go. What I want to know is how long is the NFL going to keep going as the first league of MAGA bet $100 on NFL, get $10 free bet for week 2. DraftKings, you're so gross. You're literally gross. How many more years is the NFL going to let Jerry Jones operate as shadow commissioner? That's what I want to know. That's the part that's bothering me, because everyone knows that Jerry Jones is actually pulling the strings. They're saying, there goes our shadow commissioner. That's our shadow commissioner. But at the same time, at the ran up in dude's house, couldn't get a job. At the same time, the league has to get more progressive. They have to get more progressive. And for you to just keep trotting out old Jerry out there, I'll take a knee, but it was actually in prayer. Don't you know any better? I have a huge problem with him being like the face of the league. The players are the face of the league. For me, and I'll show you something that I think is probably on point. Check this out. Richard Sherman's pretty sure the lockout's coming. It's going to happen, so it's not like guys are guessing. The Niners have elected Sherman as their player representative. The current CBA doesn't expire until after 2020, but there have been rumblings that players might dig in their heels in order to get economic changes, including more guaranteed money in contracts. He's expecting a lockout this time around because, quote, because there was a lockout before. We don't plan on changing anything about the deal we currently have right now. I don't think it's going to be negotiated before the end of the CBA. And it's just about Richard Sherman now. Don't care. At the same time, though, I'm streaming off 2 devices and still no lag. This is fire. Oh my God, we got a power router at HQ. We got a power router. What do we think of all the DraftKings commercials? Well, Marty, it's the start of widespread sports betting getting shoved down your throat. I kept saying it as I worked for Boom. DraftKings isn't the superior DFS product. It was first. And they did the same thing with Sportsbook. They know how valuable it is to be first. So being first and throwing money makes people think that they're the only option. And I respect that. It's pretty good business strategy, but at the same time, it's like we're getting force fed this stuff, and it's so annoying because it's really throwing people off. And I said it before, it's not healthy to have all this sports betting in our faces. I like odds being integrated into our content. I think that's awesome, but I don't know if overall it's really good. Ooh, let's look at this article. Wow. Andrew Luck sprained his throwing shoulder snowboarding after and was separate from the torn labrum. After the initial injury, I went back, rehabbed it with the Colts. So the labrum was the problem. The AC is not the issue. I'm obviously not snowboarding anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy. We learned something new today. Wow, ram down your throats, these DraftKings commercials, but that doesn't make it a better product. In fact, the best product's Boom Fantasy, my guy, because the questions are easily approachable. There's no game theory. I don't have to sort through a spreadsheet of 800 players to find an optimal lineup. I need to answer more passing yards, Brady or Roethlisberger, and I'm on my way to winning cash. Some of the jackpot questions offer you 4-0 prizes for 99 cents, and there's 5 questions to answer. Like, it could not be easier. There's less questions to answer than there are lineup slots in a DraftKings or a FanDuel. Boom is overall the easier, better to win product, and you don't have to get all the questions right to cash. You can get partial questions right on the jackpot and still cash. It is amazing. Marty wants to know, when will the Washington racial slurs change their name? They're never going to change their name. It's on all the shirts, man. It's on all the shirts, man. That's what it is. I don't know what to tell you. We're out here, man. Some people responded to my tweet like, let's hear it. Like, I gave you the link. Like, go watch it. 12:21. This is a common time for Rick Checkdown time when I get nervous about my lineups and my bets, and I kind of freak out about, like, what didn't I do? What did I do? And, like, how can I make adjustments while talking to you guys? Let's do the segment that I wanted to do, because I should have done this earlier, because usually we talk about DFS in the last hour, but it's now illegal for me to play DFS, so we won't be doing the Millionaire Hour. But I still want to help you make Millie Maker lineups. What's going on, Shane? Thank you so much for hopping in here. Thoughts on Theo Riddick? Oh, Tim, you know I like Theo Riddick as a player, but he's just so far buried down the depth chart. They like Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson's a proven SEC running back. LeGarrette Blount is the star now. So it's at least those two, and then Theo Riddick passes in on him. He's always been the passing down guy, but now it's just a matter of, oh man, how am I going to get 15 touches to make him fantasy viable? And I don't see that happening unless we get some sort of injury. That's my biggest issue there. I got to shit my whole balance on an early game for sure. Rumors swirled about snowboarding. Colts O-lineman told his Uber driver. That's amazing, Tim. That's crazy. What up? Vikings, LFG? No, I really think it's going to be Bengals. Bengals money line, Vikings money line, someone else. I do like the Vikings. The Titans are on the road. It makes it so tough. I missed a question here. Thoughts on Theo Riddick. We got that. Why do you think the NFL is resistant to change? Because it's old money, Marty. The thing about the NBA is that they let Mark Cuban and Steve Ballmer into the owner's room. Like, they let tech guys become owners. The NFL is not doing that. They are old money, finance, banking, commodities. They are not letting these new tech billionaires into their boys club, and that becomes a problem when you're trying to get progressive and trying to step into the new world. How can you step into the new world if look at the age of the owners? How can you step into the new world? That's why they're all going down with sexual harassment things and saying racist things, because they're still not aware of the media landscape and how big this thing is, how big the global village is, and the rapid spread of information, that this old money, man, will never go away from the NFL. They talk about the cocoon. The NFL's cocooned, man. The old people, they bring in new old people. The coaches, they hire their friends, they hire people from other jobs, and just keep the cycle of old shit talent going around. It's how the NBA coach, like, NBA had it where the same coach would just get fired after 500 seasons, then get hired somebody else. Like, an NBA coach would just repeat his mediocrity all across the U.S. for 6 different teams. The NFL is getting young in terms of coaching. We have new young coaches, new ideas. The owners have not caught on because they have no interest in new media, in new culture. They want money, and it's not going anywhere. Scott Skiles, exactly. Scott Skiles will go 52 and 40 49 for 6 different teams. Lawrence Frank's out of the league. Lawrence Frank had a really good start with the Nets, but he never had a talented team. Byron Scott's the one. Byron Scott's the one. Byron Scott's the one. Byron Scott coached forever. It's amazing. It's amazing how long Byron Scott's going to coach a gig. Tim, I knew you'd hit me with the fire. Thank you so much. I want to do one more segment, and then I will fire out these questions. Sounds has a question. Shane wants sold Sam Darnold and Josh McCown cheese and salami the other day. That's awesome. Funchess or Bilal in my flex. I like Funchess. Thank you so much for the question. Hang out. Eric Ebron with the luck this year. Chance to revive his career. Suhu. I love Eric Ebron this year. I expect him to line up in the slot today and be a difference maker, even though I've talked about picking the Bengals for 15 minutes. Let's do one more bit. Bang. So I would like to present offensive rankings again this year. But I don't like just the tiers were kind of overrated. The tiers were kind of like forced, and then presentation wasn't great on the tiers. Young new coaches this year. No, you know it, Trap likes the young new coaches. Also John Gruden. But yeah, can you believe the Redskins had Sean McVay and that one other dude that they let go? They had so many young coaches that let them all go. Thank you for the sub we just picked up, I believe. We picked up some subs today. So this is what we're going to do. Our offensive, not necessarily our offensive tiers, but I like these as our top stacks and our best performing offenses today. And this is how we're going to do it. Like it. Our like it offense today is the Titans, only because I don't know how they're going to present themselves. This is a good offense with a great line that is going under a complete coaching overhaul, scheme overhaul, and it makes me very nervous. Matt LaFleur was the Rams coach. He's not going to be able to do the same things at the line of scrimmage that the Rams were able to do. So it makes me very nervous for how they were going to perform, especially because they were complete ass in the preseason. Mariota in the third game, when you expect them to put it all together, was not very good at all. They are playing a Dolphins team, however, that has one good corner and Minkah Fitzpatrick at safety, Raekwon McMillan at linebacker, but they lost Ndamukong Suh. They're probably bad on the interior. The Dolphins are the 32nd team in ESPN's power rankings, so I want the Titans to have a strong offensive game, but they need to put the pieces together in the new scheme. So it's a like it. My love it for today. My love it offense is the New England Patriots, right? The New England Patriots can be a love it every week just because the coaches are going to put them in the right place to succeed. But my favorite part about the Patriots this week is without Sony Michel and without Julian Edelman, we have a higher concentration of targets than we normally do. More work for Burkhead, more work for Hogan, more work for Gronkowski against an opponent that they've schemed against in the past and is healthy but not radically different from the way they've been. They're going to get backs out, try to stretch out the linebackers. They're going to try to beat the corners in single coverage. Gronk's going to work the middle, and I think that they're going to have an advantage and score at least 3 touchdowns today. The Patriots are a love today. And they got to have it. Like a love, got to have it. Oh, we got a Boom fan, Tim. Tim, deposit, send me a screenshot so I can put you in the running for swag. If you deposit, please, if you deposit on Boom, send me the screenshot so I can get you swag. The gotta have it is the Saints. The Buccaneers are missing Vita Vea, their 12th overall pick, defensive tackle, run stopper, plug in the middle, and he was supposed to be the guy in the middle for them. He's going to be gone, and 3 defensive backs are banged up. Whoever said Jeremy Hill, Burkhead, Billy Bob, thanks for coming in. You can leave now. The Saints have the highest expected point total and are the biggest spread favorite on the day. I told you that Breeze and Kamara is going to be the #1 stack because there's a high chance you're going to get every single one of those Saints touchdowns if you have those two together. I don't see a vulture situation coming in. Billy Bob, you're just trying to tilt me. I love it. So that's my like it, love it, gotta have it. This is the segment that we're going to try to do. Let me know what you think about this because this is new and we're trying new things. And the tiers were just boring last year. And, you know, I like word art. So this was a little fun for me. And we can do this every week. We'll blow this up. And, oh, that's power rankings. We're good. We did it. Nope. It's good. It's slideshow. The graphics, you know, we do what we do. So I just got Odd Sharks picks for the Las Vegas Super Contest this week. The Super Contest is spread picks, and it's for like a massive grand prize. Odd Shark Super Contest picks: Ravens, Giants, Texans, Cardinals, Jets. Provocative. I love Ravens. Giants are interesting. Texans are interesting. Probably a spread play. The Texans could easily cover that game, but I think the Pats will win. Cardinals -1, maybe my favorite bet of the day, but it's in the afternoon, so we don't have to talk about it now. We can just bet and go degenerate on the 1 o'clocks, and then that 4:25 rolls around, and we ship on the Cardinals. Why not that? Why not that? How about that? Why not that? How about that? Marty wants to know, in the Boom app, Marty Marr wants to know, will football still exist as we know it 10 years from now? That's a pretty poppin' question. Will football exist as we know 10 years in light of all the concussion studies? So my biggest issue there is youth football. If youth football goes away, pro football is going to have a really, really tough time recovering. College football, the same kind of problem. It makes me very nervous for the future of football, honestly. I've had conversations with people like, hey, what's your favorite sport? I love football, but it like I said, it's a problematic thing that I like, and I don't know if it's going to be around forever. And that hurts because it's a rich strategy game, and it does build life skills, I think, in terms of leadership, teamwork, being able to depend upon each other, trust, synchronization, getting on the same page. I think that football teaches a lot of youth life skills, but it's just so GD dangerous. And I can't trust that football is going to be taught correctly in every town in America the way I think 10 years ago, every single town had its own youth football team. Now I think some towns are starting to phase out with it. The savior is flag, obviously. If we can get flag football to be a thing, then we're in a much better place. But it's not the same. And we see a lot of sloppy play already in the NFL. And that's a product of less time on the field. Because the more time you're on the field, the more chance you could get hurt. That's just math. So it's problematic. It's a problematic thing that I enjoy. Sounds of CSG, if you're getting out of here, thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging out. I freaking love you, bruh. We got 28 minutes until the NFL season kicks off. I have no idea what I'm going to do right now. Let me know what you're going to watch at 1. If you're going to have red zone up and a game, 2 games, local game only. What's up? There's so many ways you can go. I love it. I'll pop the shirt for 5 minutes. If I can get one Boom Shot screenshot deposit sent to me in my email, rick@boomfantasy.com, I'll pop the shirt for the last 5 minutes of the show. That's a promise to you. If you had a young son, would you let him play tackle football if he really wanted to? Yeah, but I think it's different because I'd be the coach. And I would build a youth football dynasty. My mom signed me up for football. It really wasn't my choice. I don't know if I would have done it. And then I was just afraid of quitting. I loved it, but I didn't think quitting would be appropriate. Football was awesome, man. Youth football is awesome, man. If my son really wanted to, there's no way I would let him say no. I would coach. I would supervise. I would get in the coach's face if they were letting kids put their head down. But man, would I want my kid to play football. It's an amazing game, and it teaches amazing things. I was talking about this with someone a couple weeks ago. The concept of a playbook. Like, I was studying plays when I was 9, 10, 11 years old. Studying, having extra take-home work for football. Did I get any concussions? Hell yeah, I got concussions. Hell yeah, I got concussions. I had to wear a neck brace because one time during a scrimmage, it wasn't even during a game, I was playing line and the sub was coming on for me. So someone was coming in, they were going to tap me out. I'm jogging off towards the sidelines, and the person is like, as sort of like a let's go, grabs my face mask and pulls it like, yeah. I don't know why they did that, but this was my neck. And I went down. It's a really dicey way to go down. I wore a neck roll from then on after out. People told me I passed out. I don't know how severe that happened, but I was forced to wear a neck roll. So I was a concussion guy. My favorite point of yours was that it teaches the left guard that his job is just as important as the QB's job. Yes, exactly. Every kid goes to football practice their first day thinking they're going to touch the ball. Then the majority of those kids get put on the line. Then those kids have to understand why that matters, why they are important, how they can excel within their limits, which is such an important lesson to teach kids, because the whole thing is like, we tell kids that they're special until they get old and realize that they're not that special. It's all about excelling and maximizing yourself within your constraints and limits. That's guard play, baby. You're never going to touch the ball. You're never going to catch a pass. You're never going to snap the ball. But you could box that nose tackle out, and you could pull so hard on the counter that you put a safety in the dirt. These are important things to me. So would I teach my kid to play football? Yes. Why does the quarterback get all the glory? Marty, I love that you're asking me these philosophical football questions, but the quarterback gets all the glory because he touches the ball every play. That's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious. The camera follows the ball, and the quarterback holds the ball. That's why. It's very hard to be on TV and quantify good lineman play because a lineman is never a solo demonstrator of ability. That's why pulling is so cool, because they're out isolated. But as far as line play, it's parts of a whole. You have to work in tandem. It's essentially 4 on 5, 4 defensive linemen on 5 offensive linemen, plus blitz, plus scheme, trying to figure things out. It's the chess game. But how does he get the date the best cheerleader? Marty has stopped making questions that make sense. I think Marty hit the whiskey around 11:45, and now we're just in full ship it mode on these questions. The center gets his butt touched every play, so who's the real winner? I mean, the center, obviously. Center's a great job, man. You know what? Nobody says good job on that snap. They say, how could you fuck up a snap? It's kind of frustrating. We always had a good center growing up, so we never really worried about it. But imagine trying to play shotgun in youth sports and not having a good center. Yikesville. Population U, bruh. I'm gonna make some bets real quick. I gotta do this though. I gotta do it for my people. I'm gonna put in a couple of straight bets on the Bengals, and I just took the Steelers under because of the wind. I'm going to make first half parlays. I'm going to take no first half parlays, game parlays only. Come on, don't get crazy, Rick. This is how we throw it away, Rick. Don't get crazy. Give me those Vikings. Give me those Bungles. Give me those Ravens. Who blows that? Who blows that, y'all? I'm trying, Jennifer. This is hard. I tell you, I don't even know if all my fantasy lineups are in. Like, it's problematic. I truthfully don't know. Buying points all over the place. Problematic fighting back from debt. We're locked in, boys. I could not be more excited to watch 12 football games. Are you kidding me? Football season's back? What? We are 22 minutes away from the NFL season. I'll see if I missed any questions here. Thanks, Tim, for downloading Boom. I hope you win yourself a milli today. I can't wait to deliver a giant check to your house. That's going to be a really fun video. Giant check season in effect. I still can't get over Shane Dillon and Sam Darnold doing a ham and salami, a salami and cheese exchange. That kind of sticks out in my mind if you've been hanging out long enough. Yeah, man. Make sure you got the Ravens in some sort of pick today. Make sure whatever you do today, it's got the Ravens in it. And get loose with it, baby. It's time. It's 100% time. It's time like the spice. It's time like the clock. It's time to ball. I wanted to do some big gestures for y'all today, like music or stunts. Tony Baloney's was enough for me personally. I just like bringing it to you straight, Checkdown style. For me, this is pizza. This is wedding music. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know? I get it popping like this not even during football season. I'll talk 3 hours about football to nobody. But, you know, eventually it hurts, you know? So this week is the toughest week. This is the week with new players, new schemes, and a general overwhelming lack of fitness. So the problem becomes, who's ready? Who do we evaluate properly? What do we learn? And how can we get ahead of the curve? There are learning games. There are games that show us things. I don't think Baltimore-Buffalo is a learning game. I don't think Giants-Jags is a learning game, except for how the Giants distribute the ball. It's a learning game. But there's not many like that. There's a lot to learn in week 1. Nathan Peterman's starting for the Bills. Did you guys know that? Ooh, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I want to put in 16 parlays right now. I want to let it ship. I'm so excited. Can you elaborate on overwhelming lack of fitness? So, Wild Walrus, basically in the old days, you had players have more practices and play a bigger role in preseason games. And that gets, players have increased risk of injury, but they also have a decreased risk of training, because you can't exactly prepare for football the way without actually playing football, because it demands incredible intense effort for short periods of time. And that is how you can get muscle strains. So like the act of you pass blocking a feared pass rusher 30 times, it's not accurately simulated. And plus, when you get into the fact that like holding and things like that, like you're not measured on those things as accurately in the preseason and the training camp. So the Rams sat out their entire starters for most of the preseason. The Bears in preseason game 3, when you're supposed to really see it, sat out all the starters, and that's a new scheme. These players only really playing a half of football in the 3rd preseason game, and then not even dressing for game 4, turns weeks 1 and 2 into extended preseason, whereas the edges will go to teams with better quarterbacks and teams in a returning coaching schemes, because the adjusting and developing a new scheme on the fly is going to be incredibly detrimental against a team that's prepared and ready to go. So maybe overwhelming wasn't the right word, but when it comes to Seattle at Denver in the altitude with this, shortened, less preseason activity, Denver has a massive edge historically dating back. So you gotta believe me. I'm not saying overwhelming is the right word, but lack of fitness is definitely the right word. And it's not like they're out of shape. It's game shape. It's getting ready for the grind of doing maximum effort 60 times a game. Trayvon, I picked Tomas. Was that Brady? You picking Brady in the question? What was that? That lacks context. This is good for the first show. I need to eat. I'm pretty excited for that taco pizza. I hope I can get that recorded. I'm going to take down this YouTube upload. I'm going to piece it up. And hopefully we'll have Best of Checkdown as a real thing this season. I will hang out in the late night at the boom office and put Best of Checkdown together. But let me know what you want to see this season. I want food stuff. I want more guest appearances, which we didn't have any for 17 weeks last season. I want to do more midweek bits. I want to do more segments like It, Love It, Gotta Have It instead of just dropping tiers. I want to do different power rankings. If you have any power ranking suggestions, send them to me. This is how to reach me. Rick@boomfantasy.com. The boom box is real if you deposit during the stream and send me a screenshot, which you must. You're eligible to win the boom box. We're going to give away 4 a season. It's going to have boom swag. It's going to have something cheap. It's going to have something really nice. I'm going to make it rain at Pristine Auction. I got the boss card. I got the corporate card. I got that corporate card. Standard League, Albert wants to know. Sit one, Connor Howard, Mixon, and Royce. I would sit Connor. Connor's getting the hype because he's a cheap DFS play, and he'll get a decent amount of workload, but Jalen Samuel's there. There's another back there. They're not so committed to a Pittsburgh guy. Howard is a real guy with real workload and real goal line work. Mixon and Royce are going to have great games. So that makes it easy for me. What if we combined pro wrestling with pro football and had an entertainment league with scripted outcomes? Could it work as a product? So here's the thing. I think that's what the XFL ultimately wanted to be. My biggest issue with the scripted outcomes is football never really took off as the national powerhouse until fantasy became a thing. Fantasy and gambling elevated football from the Sunday thing to the national holiday weekly thing that it is now. So I think that, don't forget, screenshot, deposit, rick@boomfantasy.com, enter to win, not just on Boom, but outside of Boom. Be my boy. Let's get on this season together. The scripted element, well, I agree, could make things more exciting. First of all, it's impossible to reenact in a pro sports concept when people are moving and bodies are flying. Second of all, I think that it's really all about gambling and fantasy. And if you take that away, you lose significant chunk of your casual business, because look at that. New England and Pittsburgh, I have zero desire to watch either of those games if not for fantasy and gambling. Like, I don't really care. I want to watch the Giants. If there's no fantasy, no gambling, I care about the Giants. That's it. That's it. They got Saquon today. Unbelievable. So the problem is the XFL and the AA, there's a new football league, AAF, American Alliance of Football. Those things are coming. There are 2 new football leagues coming as football declines. Those 2 leagues are coming, and if fantasy and gambling are a part of them, they will succeed. They will succeed with a little bit of star power, because fantasy and gambling are going nowhere and people love it. And football is the absolute best method for fantasy because it's weekly. You can tinker and fret and trash talk all week, and it's limited sample size. You only have so many weeks to get it done. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about hockey. I don't care about baseball because they're season long and the games are too frequently. I can't ish talk the way I can in football because everybody's watching Red Zone on Sunday and everybody sees Drew Brees throw 3 touchdowns on your bitch ass. That is how fantasy works. It's a weekly camaraderie event that baseball and basketball do not have, because there's no way you can't participate in every night. It becomes tiresome. There's a fatigue factor. As soon as you fatigue on fantasy football, it's over and we miss it. That's what's amazing about it. And that's why it fuels the popularity of the sport, and the 2 leagues that are incoming will need to rely upon it, and as well as a scripted league would never function. But that's kind of a good question to think about. Scams, Tim? You want to talk about the scams? Over under 10.5 wins? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We're looking at touchdown regression, but man, look at that defense though. That defense really has players on it now. I actually can't even believe that defensive roster. That defensive roster is Madden-esque, which is crazy. Oh no. We did very little coffee today. We did this natch. The Rams are in a tough division, tough spot. Other teams around them are getting better. That being said, the Seahawks are not one of them. They should be fine. They should be the class of the NFC. LA Super Bowl is really in play this year. Nobody's talking about that. LA Super Bowl is very much a thing that can happen. No! Sorry. I just entered my DraftKings password wrong 3 times, and they locked my password. With 10 minutes to kick off, I got locked out of DraftKings account. Drama. And I'm not using DraftKings. I'm on the Spurzbook because I need the Spurzbook. I'm going to get this wrong. Select all pictures with crosswalks. I'm going to get that wrong. We just sent an email with password instructions. Yo, you're an app. Why do I have to leave the app? The one thing about DraftKings app is it is infuriating. That's for sure. But I need to be shipping money on the Ravens. I need to be shipping money on the Bengals. And then I need to save some money for the Broncos and Chargers later in the day. Good day. Oh man, this is a disaster of an email. What a late night disaster. They haven't shipped it yet. Unbelievable. All right, guys, we're heading into the last 10 minutes before kickoff of the NFL season. I'm going to have to drive for the first half hour. Bleep y'all. Enjoy your couches. This is an amazing ride we've been on. I can't believe this is year 3 of sitting here before kickoff talking to y'all. It was so good. See, Marty's right. If I could bet on it, I would watch third-rate football. You already do. It's called the SEC. Don't at me. Tim Light, that was for you, Tim. Unbelievable the amount of not DraftKings alerts I'm getting. Because honestly, you got to fix this. We've sent an email with password resetting instructions. That's funny because I didn't want to reset my password. I'm the only one that logs into my account. You make me log into my account 55 times a day. Every time you close the app, you have to re-log into your account. It's so annoying. Meanwhile, FanDuel's up in here like free deposit, free deposit, free deposit. Won't take my card. Because I'm a degenerate and I like to degenerate my income. Wow. We did all the segments. Let's do one more segment where we break down what do we want to break down this year? I mean, the Colts have a big problem with the O-line, and I think it's really obvious in this particular clip what their O-line is all about. Oh, God.
Look at this shit, man.
Oh, God. Oh, it's so bad.
Garbage fire on my street.
Football last year. Their right tackle was out of football last year. Look at him trying to shuffle his feet. Oh, man. That is so sad. That is so sad. Burkhead, Duke Johnson, Stills, half PPR. This is Tommy B. Answer me this time. I definitely answered you the first time, but you had walked away. It's Chipotle Sunday. I forgive you. It's not you. It's me. We can all agree on that. Burkhead, Duke Johnson, Stills. I think it is Burkhead. Sorry. You're probably not going to like it, but I do think it is Burkhead. Stills second close. I don't think Duke Johnson is going to get the touches because of the slop and the wind, but I like Duke Johnson as a football player, and I'm very curious to see how he works into that three-headed monster with Carlos Hyde today. Marty has another long question. Do you think legalizing gambling will cause players to bet on their own games and tip off unethical bookers ahead of time, point shaving to get an edge? So he's asking about point shaving, which I'll end the show on point shaving. Here's my thought on that. 20 years ago, it would be crazy to put an NFL team in Vegas. But 20 years ago, the NFL players needed summer jobs, and NFL players were making less than teachers. I think as guaranteed money rises and league revenue sharing rises and revenue rises, which is all the NFL is doing right now, it becomes harder and harder to justify why a player would sacrifice their integrity to help a bookie win some money. It doesn't make any sense. And even then, the game of football is so GD unpredictable. The only thing that I could really share is like, hey, we're really going to throw the ball to Eric Ebron this week. Like, there's no way that you can accurately like swing a game with bookie knowledge. I just think that's really tough. I want to tweet something really important because I think it's really fun to keep in mind for the first week of the season. Remember, every team has scripted their first 10 or so offensive plays. Check it out. Check it out with a grain of salt and see what they settle into on the second, third drive. Think. I'm the thinking GIF. Wow, wow, wow. so stupid, me giving dead air with 5 minutes left in the show. Do I not believe in the Mafia? I do believe in the Mafia. I just believe their impact is less than it was. I'm saying 20 years ago, there would be no freaking way you would put a team in Vegas. But you got to understand is the spread of information and analytical, statistical driven data is so much better than it was 20 years ago. The sharps are getting even better at picking games. You could find broken NFL lines in the past. You can't do that anymore because the information is so readily available to everyone that organized crime doesn't have there's less value to an inside guy or an edge guy than there is now, because the internet is our edge guy. The internet's our inside guy. I have a Twitter list with 65 NFL beat writers giving me every possible nugget they can glean from practice reports. So the Mafia just doesn't have the same stranglehold on information that makes a crime organization successful. Tim wants to know Theo Riddick or Eckler. God, that is so sad. Theo Riddick, but please never bring that to me again. Unless it's a 16-team league, I'm so disappointed in you. You could have picked up James Conner midweek. Like I'm so overwhelmingly disappointed in you. That's it. I want to see David Johnson fuck today. I miss seeing David Johnson run, and he is a guy that, you know, wrist injury, nothing wrong with him. Imagine just having fine legs and having to walk around and just watch your team struggle without you. Watch your team sign Adrian Peterson and give that ass 2.5 yards a carry. Like, David Johnson is going to tear it up today on 30 touches. I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited for NFL football. It starts in 4 minutes. Are you ready? I want to hear some primal screaming. The views are down. The views are down, and that means the football is up. I still don't have my email from DraftKings Sportsbook. This is absolute trash. What do they expect me to do? What do they expect me to do? I wasn't going to get my password wrong twice ever. You make me enter it 300 times a day. This is a vent. You got a big event? You need a big vent, okay? Let's get it, Scott. Scott, send me what you made for lunch. I'm very excited to see what your tailgate meal is. I really hope there's a slice of taco pizza for me. I'll put it on my Twitter. You can see me enjoy the taco pizza. It's football time. Rep your squad. Rep your team. Fire up the music. It's mother effing football season. We did it. We made it. Yo, bang on them, yo. Oh, it's football time. My favorite part about the checkdown is that when I sit, I know when I get up, football starts. That is lucrative. Fire up the Scott Hansen. It's red zone time. Red zone channel's been inactive for 218 days. I don't like Yeldon today. Why do you have so many backup running backs? Why do you have so many backup running backs, Tim? Why? I will see you guys midweek for a midweek stream. Waiver wire updates. Complain about your problems. Crooked refs in the NBA. Marty's still going. Philosophizing. Play on Boom Fantasy. Win cash. I want to see you win a milli with the check down and boom, go. Yeah. I can't believe my count got low. That's absolutely tilting. That is so unbelievable. That's the worst way to finish a show, but I'm so... How could you not be excited? Guys, fire back up. Fire back up. Fire back up. It's 12:58 in the PM. Go enjoy your football. LFG. Fire up the red zone. Fire up the stream. r/NFL streams. Guys, late slate at Boom. Individual games at Boom. Sunday night at Boom. Monday night at Boom. It's popping. 1 p.m. You know what that means. Fucking football. Go get it. I'm Rick Rosen. This is Boom Fantasy. This is the Checkdown. I'll see you next Sunday and for the next 15 consecutive Sundays. We really out here. Get down with the Checkdown.